Check one, two, test. If you are in the chat, let me know if you can hear me. Pew, 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 pew.
Let's go.
Check
Let's
one,
go.
two, if you are in the chat, let me know if you can hear me. No slapping emoticons here on one. Oh yeah, give that a slap. One, two, can you hear me? And Pro, can you hear Pro? Because I cannot hear Pro yet. We are working this out.
It's all craziness, man. This is what happens
Hello.
when you do awesomeness in these streets. They don't want the world to know about the awesomeness in these streets. But that's all right, though, because we're going to bring that awesome funk.
Check. If you can hear me, let me know in the chat. I'm not seeing anything in the chat. We are live.
We're going to find out. So, but that's all right, though, because we're going to bring that awesome funk. Dang, I can't even comment in the chat.
Let me know if you can hear that. Anyone, if you can hear that.
Boy, StreamYard on that.
Oh, yeah. Can you hear that music? Oh, yeah. Pro can hear both of us. I just, for some reason, can't hear Pro. Trying to see. Finally, somebody's coming in and telling me something. No music. Can hear voices. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? I hear.
Yeah, they can hear us.
Hear voices. That's not enough information. Can you hear me specifically? I like how, man, everybody was in our chat, and then I'm like, I need help, and all of a sudden, nobody's saying nothing. The last one I get is no slapping emoticons, unless there's more chat, and I'm missing that too for some weird reason.
Hey, man, it seems to be StreamYard, guys.
Check.
I told y'all.
I'm going to try something real fast here. I'm going to try to go some old school. I don't know. Check.
And let me see. I'm also going to go over.
How I'm not hearing what's coming through is not good. We are rocking and we are live. Welcome, everybody.
Y'all get to see this. You guys get to see.
Yeah, that's what I know. You can hear me and you on the stream.
This is crazy.
Problem is I can't hear you, man.
I know.
And I got to figure that out. You know what? I'm going to let you run. I'm going to let you intro it with what we're going to be talking about. I'm going to jump off real fast and try to figure this out. Okay, brother?
Well, do your thing. I'll be right here. So, y'all, as you see, see how we communicate without even being able to communicate with each other? That's weird, right? That's just good brotherism, I guess, man. Appreciate y'all for rocking with us on Rumble on Rumble. Trying to get this here technical difficulty thing set up. I have no idea what Rumble is doing, but and it's really not even Rumble. I can't blame Rumble. I gotta blame StreamYard. I told you guys how I felt about the yard, and I'm really ready to give them the complete and total boot. I think they've ran their course, but there's entirely too much out here as far as technology is concerned that we can actually do a little something with. So we're gonna handle that. And shouts out to everybody in the comments. For some reason, the comments stopped coming in live too. So the last comment that we got was at 8:01, and yeah, I'm pretty sure there's some other comments that's come since 8:01, because the way the chat gets down, man, the chat communicates with us, man. And shouts out to the frequent flyers. Shouts out to the ringside viewers as always on the Rumble on Rumble, man. Fuego, Rom Life, man. Appreciate y'all. Jonah, where you at, man? I'm putting the light out for you, Jonah. You need to pop in here, man. We ain't seen you in a couple of days. So anyway, guys, we got a lot planned for y'all. Oh, wait. I guess there's something. Haram just came through. Ron came through. He said, goddamn, I don't know when that. Can I put it up? I can't even put that up on the screen. See, man, StreamYard be tripping. They be tripping. But it's all good. We're going to work through this. All right. Rom says we back. Fuego says he's here. See, now all the comments are coming through. So I'm pretty sure in these last 5 minutes, y'all have been commenting. Fuego said he had to reload the stream. This is technology. You know what the funny thing is, guys? Right? No lie. Topics for tonight. The Biden doctor and him saying that he doesn't need a mental evaluation. Trump taking one and it says he's a stable genius, but everybody says he's mentally, censoring people, right? that's the second thing that we have to talk about tonight. On the slate to talk about is censoring people. And you're witnessing it live, how these big tech companies truly move out to censor us. You're witnessing it in full force right here, right now. You guys can hear me. If you rewind and go back to the top of the stream, you can hear my partner, Fresh Mike, totally clear and fine. But he couldn't hear me in his headphones. And I can't comment in the chat. It's literally telling me you can't post comments to any of your current destinations. That's what it's telling me on StreamYard right now. It's freaking crazy. So you guys are witnessing it. This is here on the internet for everybody to see. This is like this reminds me of a battle on GTA. Shouts out to all my gamers. I'm still a gamer. Dude, I was born in 88. You don't think I fucking game? Let's just be real. Of course I'm a gamer. Anyway, we play GTA. And about 2 years ago, we had this ultimate fight. We play on PlayStation. We Sony bros. You feel me? So PS4, now we on PS5 Life. Get with it. We had a fight with glitchers. You guys know about the glitchers, the barcode people that be in the sessions. We had a major fight. I'm talking about they took over the session. And I'm still not sure how they were able to take over a Sony session the way that they did. But I mean, it is like, the 2020s, 2019s, 2020. So it's understandable that they can do that. Anyway, crazy fight. It was cars falling from the sky. People was popping up out of nowhere. They were coming up out the ground. Like they were glitching away. Like you'd be shooting them. They wouldn't die. You can shoot them with the flame bullets. They still wouldn't die. Running while on fire. They were like instant teleport in. Like it was crazy, man. It was a glitch fight. It was wild. And I feel like that's what we're doing right now. If you own anything other than PS5, you got to get your man card swipe. I never made it past SNES. Oh, man. Nah, bro. Nah, I'm 35. I am 35 years old. Okay? I am 35. For you guys, perfectly fine. I'm 35. And I NES, Super NES, Sega Genesis, Sega CD. I think I skipped Sega Saturn. But I had an N64. I had a Dreamcast. I had a PlayStation, the original PlayStation. I had a PS1. Had a GameCube. Had a 360. Had an Xbox. PS2, of course. I've had every PlayStation. PS1, PlayStation, PS1, PS2, PS3, PS4, PS5. I've had them all. PSP, had it too. The only PlayStation I haven't had, I think, is like the PS Vita, right? That was a little too far stretch for me. Didn't have that. Nintendo Switch. I did skip the Nintendo with the pad, the Wii U. I did skip Wii U. I wanted one though. Wii U was boss. Like it had the pad, and what I liked about it was Madden. Like you could actually draw hot routes on the pad, and they'd handle them hot routes like on the game. That shit was lit. And also it was like a Zombie U game that they had that I wanted to play, but I never got the Wii U. I might get it eventually. Excuse me. And then I got my PS5. Oh, and I bought myself a Nintendo Switch a couple years ago because I bought my son's Nintendo Switches. So I got it for us all to be playing each other and whatnot. Nintendo Switch is pretty cool though. So. But yeah, man, I'm a 35-year-old gamer, and I think I'm just about done. I probably not. Who am I lying to? I'm not done. I think it kind of runs in my blood. My dad's like that when it comes to like sound systems and stuff. Like he had everything. I grew up, excuse me, reel-to-reels, record players, 8-track players, cassette players. You know, Black family. Y'all know what I'm about to talk about. Y'all know about that curio cabinet, right? Have all the tech in it with the big speakers on the side. You know about it. You know about the head unit. You know about it. We all got that one, right? All our dads, for the most part, all tech geeks. That's what we did. That's essentially it. So, yeah, my dad was like that with sound. My uncle, he's like that with computers, gaming, video stuff. He's really like that, really with text and like all the way around. Like, man, my uncle had shouts out to Amy. Amy said she had it too. Yeah. So like most the dads did, you know what I'm saying? Like pretty much across the board, I would say all the dads was pretty about that sound system life. But man, it was a spectacle, and you know what I'm saying, in the community. It was something else. You know, it was prideful. They had the barbecue talking about their sound system. What's up, Jason, man? Appreciate you for sliding in, man. We waiting on bros to get back in. We got some crazy technical difficulties coming in on this thing tonight. Matter of fact, let me go ahead and put this over on this screen right here. Oh, what we gonna do? Oh, where you at? You ain't gonna get right for me?
What up? Yeah.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, beautifully.
Oh,
you
there we go.
Sexy as always.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go. Let's get it. All right,
Yeah.
y'all. We rocking and rolling.
Woo,
we got it
thank
worked.
You. 6, 7, it took 13 damn minutes. I am so sorry. Oh,
it ain't
I don't
you.
know.
It's the tech, man. Look, it's the topic we talking about tonight. You know what I'm saying?
Right. I still literally don't know what happened. I had to do the old school, clear the cache, clear the browser, restart the computer. I just did the old school, restart everything. You know what I mean? And it took a minute because I had to literally.
There we go. Got your pews. You did that.
How's everybody feeling? Oh my God, man. Let me get in this chat. I love y'all. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Shout out. Sorry about that. They honest. What's funny is that's a topic. Haram said like a 1950s woman who talked back. You got to slap that like button. Give that button an open hand slap to the mouth. Yes.
Yes, sir.
No slapping emoticons. There's yeah, not on Rumble. Fuego is in the building, of course. I'm sure you guys been talking. Amy Hall, we had that. We did. Jason, what's good, Call? What's good, Jason? You talking to him, but I'm talking to you. Oh, yeah, then you're talking to me, and I love you back. Pew, 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 pew. Yeah. Okay, we are good. That 70s and 80s shit is good. We need to go back to that, in my opinion. So
yeah, we really do, man. The technology was so much simpler back then, you know?
Word. Also,
so much simpler.
Man, if you notice, when they were digging those tunnels, they were doing like there was video, and they had this old school communication room, and they had all these landlines just stacked up. So if stuff ever went down, and I'm like, yeah, man, those old radios and that kind of stuff there, we need that.
Yes, it is.
The white guy being late. I'm on white WPT. You know what I'm saying?
WPT, baby. No more CPT. It's WPT.
I get loud when I get excited. I apologize. Oh my God, what a week, man. So what were we talking about? I'm late. What were we saying?
Oh, we was just talking about how I'm a gamer because I'm 35 years old, and we was just running through all the different game systems, you know, and you know, it was stated that you know, if you had anything past SNES, you need your man card swipe. But I'm 35. I am right there. So yeah, I'm gonna be there. I'm sorry, man. I came up in that era, you know. I came up in that era, so I'm gonna have it. But speaking of, you know, you're talking about the landlines and stuff, and we're talking about the old technology. I was thinking about something. You know, I hear people rag all the time, like, "Oh, if you still have a landline, then I don't. Why? Who still has a landline? Do you not eat Chinese food? Because if you want to see a landline in action, just go to the Chinese restaurant. That phone ringing.
Yo, that's true.
Oh man, how you feeling,
restaurant too? Man, I am good, man. Been a busy day. Believe it or not, man. I've been running around stores on stores looking for the right look. My man says a few ham radios and a GOO tenant. Absolutely. Facts. Yes. Man, I've been trying to look for drip. I had an idea in mind. That idea wasn't working right. And so I changed the game up. And I think for you, man, I've got I think I'm gonna bust out my yellow lace black Doc Martens. The boys, the HJ and the Unk are gonna be wearing Tim's. That's what he said. He said that was our thing, is if you want to match up, wear Tim's. I'm like, that's cool. But like, you know, Doc Martens are Tim's for white folk. You know what I'm saying? So see, Haram, no. That clearly, I mean, I think the boys might be. I decided to go a little more cash, especially since I'm not going to be mainly on stage. So, what about you, Pro?
I don't like dressing like a monkey. I really hate dressing like a monkey. I call them monkey suits, bro. I ain't even about that type of life. You know what I mean? But I'm gonna do a little something. The closest that you'll get me to a suit, right, is what I wore to the White House, because that was the White House, so I had to, get a little drip. You know what I mean? But yeah. No, I'm gonna come through with some C-Pole swag. I might cop some J's before I hit the plane. I don't really know. I might cop some. I don't know. I might go. Haven't been to the mall in forever, so I might just go see what's on the mall store. Oh, better yet, there's a couple of shoe stores in the city. I'm gonna go to Hall of Sneakers. You know what? I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna buy something fresh. There's the Multicultural Chamber of Commerce. They're having this thing called they're packing a business out this week, and it's a Hall of Sneakers store downtown on one of the main strips. Nice. So I'm gonna go. I'm gonna patronize the packing of the business. I'm gonna buy me a new pair of shoes. Don't know what shoes I'm gonna wear, but they're gonna match my jacket. And then once I get the shoes, then I'm gonna go find a shirt and I'm gonna find some jeans. I'm gonna do it like that. I'm popping tags at the Grammys.
I like
popping tags.
And that's we got to. Yeah, man, I know. Okay, so for Friday night, I'm going straight Adidas, man. I got some old school superstar Adidas. I know. We can let it ride.
Yeah, I know, because it's ours,
right? And I got my Adidas jacket, my old school Adidas jacket, Run DMC style. You know what I mean? Jersey Guido. Pew, 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 pew. Ow, ow, ow. So I'm gonna be wearing my Adidas 3-stripe black with white stripes, and my black with white stripes Adidas jacket. And then I just picked up a little fresh black shirt today. And yeah, man, that's going to be my look, probably with like some dark blue jeans. And then for this show, you saw the black jacket. I got that black jacket. It's a
black
Kenneth
one.
Cole. Kenneth Cole is nice. And then, black shoe. I'm thinking about getting some, man, I found some all white Guess shoes. And you know me, I like doing stuff a little different. I'm like, okay, everybody's going to be wearing Nike or Adidas or Tim's, and I'm like, either I'm going to be going with the Doc Martens, which I kind of like, or I found these Guess whites. So I'm going to figure that out. So, but I'm pretty much there. And then I'm supposed to be getting a Hotep Jesus shirt to wear because I want to, me and homeboy are going to be wearing those. So we look legit like staff, you know what I mean? So that way, as we move through the organization. So fresh jacket, think, fat white guy trying to look cool, Kevin James's latest special, kind of that look, if you will. So, yeah.
I'm sorry. I just went on the website.
Go ahead.
I just went on the website and seen the shoes that they have down there.
See,
available for me to get. Oh my gosh. Okay. You want to get some Guess shoes?
Well, okay. He'll figure a guess, man. What would you, if you were going to get some fresh whites, would you get some with the little Guess logo on the side or some with the little red and blue? I'm excited. Hell yeah. He'll figure some more hood, right?
I don't know, because like he got kicked out the hood at one point.
Yeah, well,
Tommy Hilfiger got kicked out the hood.
Yes,
with the same.
Jason made the call. It's Guess shoes.
Jason said Guess. Yeah, I got him. I would rock the all white New Balances. See, I was feeling like I was thinking New Balances too, like just on the griff. You know what I'm saying? Because he's fresh Mike. So you know what I'm saying? He's fresh white Mike to others. So it's like, hey, fresh white Mike, fresh white New Balances. New Balances is like the white man's Jordans, allegedly. So hey.
I can't.
Jason. The Asics. Yes.
Exactly. No.
No.
Yeah, man. I'm very picky about my shoes, man. I got this pair of leather Chuck All-Star dual soles. So they're black on the very bottom and then white All-Star Converse Chucks, and with the white cap toe. It's hard, man. Hard. So yeah. New Balance are hot, man, but I'm not gonna be that dude. You know what I'm saying? Like the clown shoes are hot right now. People wearing those big old clown shoes. I just know. You know what I mean?
Did you see the bowling shoe era?
Yeah.
The bowling shoe era was crazy.
The rockabilly chick era kind of thing. that was a rockabilly thing. Those they wore those.
I just know it took the hood by storm, and like just everybody had on bowling shoes, and it was like,
what the hell?
Really? Okay.
That's funny. Man, I am remember when people were rocking the half sneakers. Yeah. Dude, the new the crazy Kanye's, the weird croc looking things. I've been seeing those now too. And then I guess what is it, another company? Oh, Fila started kind of copying them. So yeah. I think it was Diesel. Yeah, Diesel, man. So I own bowling shoes for bowling. Yes. So fair enough. Fair enough with the shoes. So we'll figure it out. I'm just going a little more cash because I'm going to be busy. I decided instead of trying to worry too much, I'm going to be fresh. My drip will be fresh, but I've got to, kind of focus, be a little more cash so I don't worry about it as much. I don't have to press a jacket before the show, all that business, But there'll be enough to do where I'm like, oh, my suit jacket is wrinkled. Why the hell, did I not, what was that about? So,
right. That part.
Go with what you know, man. You know what I mean? Look good. Do it. So that's the key, man. I got a pair of jeans to get, and then I think I'm good. And then I think maybe some all-white guesses. It's either going to be the Doc Martin yellow shoelace, black on yellow. I just can't decide. I kind of want to wear those, though. If the boys are wearing the Tims, I want to wear the Docs, right? So, because my key is, you know me, man. I want to wear stuff that's fresh, but nobody else is wearing. I'm not trying to compete with your Nikes with my Nikes. I want to wear something that's not anywhere near what you were thinking. Bam, left field. That's how we do it.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Oh, what a week, bro. Bro, our president, listen, our president does not need Doc Martens in class. I know, and I got the, hold on, I'll show you, man. Hold up. I got the originals, dog. You know what I'm saying? Bam. What's that though? You know what I'm saying? Those are nice. You know what I mean? If I was going to be a member of a certain group with the initials PB, they'd be like, okay, well, if we were considering, those shoes went ahead and put you on the line. You know what I mean? They gonna allow you to, you know what I'm saying? Those are the ones, dog. And I've worn them like maybe 5 times my whole life, 4 or 5. You know how it is. You got those shoes you will only wear every now and again. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, you're going to hang out at the local hot tub and give me a chick with a nose piercing? Hell yeah. Rob coming with the old school. Is Hot Topic still a thing? Hold on, let me look.
Let's find out.
See, I worked at Baker Shoes, and so I always had a crush on the Hot Topic chick. You know what I'm saying? So... let's see, Hot Topic news. Save 30% on everything at Hot Topic today only, but that was a month ago. See, they're still doing a thing. Hey, bro, ABC 27. Let's look right here.
I got you, Fuego. I got you.
What's Fuego? Crank some Blink 180. All the small things. Look here, man.
Bro. No, Haram. No. You can't do that unless they're a manager.
Yeah, you got to be careful with their age. But other than that, you know, go crazy.
Only the manager.
How close are we to Hershey, PA, y'all? Because a new Hot Topic retail will be opening its doors in the Hershey Tanger outlets. Okay, so when was this? November 3rd, 2023.
Oh, it's open.
Look at that.
It's
Bro.
open.
We're going to PA, man. We're going to stop through on Saturday before the show.
We got to ask. You know what? I'm going to ask Google. I'm about to look right now.
Journeys, yeah. What's that? Maybe. We're talking Doc Martin. This is the hard-hitting news you can't get anywhere else, man. You know what I'm saying?
Right here.
So yeah, Haram, think about Thursday, man. I land. Just shout out to Haram. We'll talk, but man, I land around 3. So you know, if you want to hang out, I'll either go to the hotel if you want to meet there. If it's easier to, meet me at the airport, whatever you're thinking. I figure we'll connect tomorrow. Tomorrow is when I'm really, trying to finalize all that. Got to get the hair did. You know what I'm saying? And we'll be riding. What? What?
2 hours and 14 minutes
From
the show to Hershey.
Oh. Yeah, hit me up. I got you. Word, dog. Let's go. Let's go. Yeah, and I talked to Alex Stein tomorrow. As he's flying in actually Wednesday. I'm flying in Thursday. And I think he's flying in solo. He's going to be looking, and he wants to go over the writing a little bit. Haram has a little bit of experience writing, so I thought we all get together, have a coffee. You know what I mean? I think that might be a little fun. And, I think Lila's coming in Thursday, too, and I think Bryson's coming in Thursday. But I know Bryson a lot of times kind of likes to do his own thing, and that's cool. You know what I mean? I get it. So,
yeah. Him and the wifey, man, it's going down, man. It's going to be a good show.
Heck yeah, dude. We know that little inside baseball. Don't tell anybody in the other chats, the nation's chats, if you will. But little inside baseball you only get from listening to Rumble on Rumble. You got the DJ and the producer. You know what I'm saying? You got the DJ and the producer. So anyway, the little inside baseball I got is that if you don't know, Hotep Jesus is going to be on Fox with Tyrus this week coming up. So stay tuned for that. Very interesting, very exciting.
Oh, we got to hit him with and we'll give him a nice little round of applause, man.
Yeah. And if anybody rats, I'll know who ratted. So because we don't have too many listeners,
only a few to
for you.
Well, I don't know, man. I must say this. I have to drop this. You guys are going to hear it here if you aren't paying attention. But last Friday's 1-year anniversary show of Friday Night Flights is doing freaking numbers on Rumble. Yeah. So, they might pop up over here, man. You never know.
Well, I'm sure they listen in from time to time. And I'm the homie. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot going on behind the scenes. A lot.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So we do it a lot. But that's one of those things I don't think anybody would be too mad if I shared. If I was like, hey, man, HJ said he's got to go do Fox with, I know for a fact it's Tyrus hosting the show he's going to be doing. So, if you're a fan of both, Tyrus pretty in at the Grifties. There might be a not, but he's still 99% in. Bryson is 100. I don't think we've announced this anywhere, but Bryson is 100% going to be there to accept an award. I won't tell you which award. He's nominated in several categories, but Bryson himself will be in the building to accept the award. He's not presenting, but he'll be there. We're going to have Lila Hart. You're going to have a quick update. Instead of Phil from All That Remains, we went ahead and switched him out with somebody we feel is way more relevant to what we do, and that is Nerd Mofo Nash. Nerd Nash in the building. And so that's huge right there. One of the curators and innovators of Black Twitter, a brilliant dude. Excited to work with him as well. Shane Cashman, fanboy on him. He's one of those guys maybe not everybody understands or loves or is into his work, but if you dig what he does it really well. He literally is the closest thing to Hunter S. Thompson writing-wise we have. He's one of those guys who's just a little bit crazy, but it's the same reason I love Jonah. You know what I mean? I believe we need a little bit crazy. I believe we need some people who are willing to not fit in or even be rejected because of their thoughts. And I think we need to go a little further a lot of the time. So I'm stoked. And he's going to bring his latest book is called The Effing Lunatic. It's literally called The Effing Lunatic. Shane Cashman's latest book in print. And he's going to bring one and sign it for me. So I'm stoked about that. Yeah, man. What are you thinking about, man? What's the music? What's the music looking like?
Man, the music's looking good. So I'm going to be real, right? You got DJs who like practice sets and like have a plan of like, I'm going to do this, then I'm going to do this, then I'm going to do this, then I'm going to, guess what? That ain't even pro. That ain't even pro.
What we do.
Right? I got a lot of music that I've thrown in a crate. I just called it the Grifties crate. And it's just different artists. It's just different music, different genres, different eras. They're just all thrown in the crate. And when I get there and I feel the vibe, I actually put my toes in the dirt of New Jersey. When you see me take my shoes off, put my toes in the dirt, I don't question it. Just know I'm getting grounded with New Jersey. Now I could do what my ancestors did. And that was when they got the new place. They take a nice handful of, they reach down, they grab a handful of that dirt, and they eat it. And they become one with the earth and where they are. That's like one of the first things. Give me some inside ball, like when the enslaved came and they touched land. That was the first thing they did. They would eat the dirt and get acclimated to the land. I don't know. I've yet to learn like the true inner workings of that, but it was like, hey, they became one with the land, and they was pretty damn good at tilling it and growing and building. So it's something to it. It's something to it. So, but I am definitely putting my feet in the toes and getting grounded with it, and I'm just gonna rock out, man. Gonna get the atmosphere, gonna take it in, and we rolling. But you know, I'm a hip hop dude. I like country. You know what I'm saying? I'm from the suburbs, so you already know I know all about the top 40, and I'm just going to ride the crowd, man. I'm going to ride the wave. All I know is my mission is to sweat weaves out and to make the hotel malls sweat out their weave. Let's go.
Pew, 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 pew. Sweating out weaves, player.
Sweating out weaves.
Hell yeah. Yeah. I love it.
I'm gonna work.
Speaking of sweating out weaves, I will let you know it looks like we are gonna have about 10 categories. I'm very excited about that. Yeah, man. We've got 10 solid categories locked in. The show gonna blow up. Hell yeah, it is. Saturday we getting some pizza for you boys. You know it.
Let's go.
I'm in. Man, I'm excited. The two things I need the most are some good deli food and some good Italian food.
Yeah,
you know that's why people come from all over the world to go to New York for that, and they're not wrong. You know what I mean? So I'm excited. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. It's gonna be crazy. We're gonna dance. We're gonna have 10 categories, maybe 11, but definitely 10. And the cool thing is, man, we got it spaced out. You want to know from a production level? I've timed about 4 minutes per category with like about a minute space, which is huge. When you're doing live, you never have a minute's worth of space, so we're gonna have that, and that's where you're really gonna come in, right? Because some of them might take 5 minutes, and I gotta play them off sweating to the oldies hip hop style. Go fuego. And then some people is gonna be the whole thing's gonna wrap up in 2.5, 3 minutes. And I'm gonna have 2 minutes to fill, or I'm gonna be running to chase somebody down or something, and then that's where you come in to keep the show rolling, right? So
it's gonna be a party in that thing.
It is gonna be a party in that thing. We're gonna be sweating to the oldies hip hop style. Pew 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 pew. Anyway, so Sunny's excited. She's bringing her husband, probably for security purposes. You know what I'm saying? Right. I can't wait. I bet he's the whitest black dude ever, too. I bet he's like, hey, everybody. Hotep and build. Darn these white folk. Hey, everybody. My wife says a lot of valuable things, but I want to remind you, ask not what white people can do for you, but what you can do for white people. That's going to be Sonny's husband.
Lord have mercy. I wanted a clean blank slate. I didn't even want an idea of what he was. And now I have this character that is here forever. This character is here forever. Thank you, my brother.
I'm just hoping I'm right. You know what I mean? I'm hoping I call that. So anyway, goodness, man. I'm of two minds about it. One, and the most important one, is I'm so excited and so ready for it. And then the other mind is, man, I am ready to, put a seal on it, put it to bed. I'm clipping that. Black power. Sorry.
What's bad about it is that that's the conversation, and I'm like, I don't know if I'm the only guy in Hotep Nation that's blocked by Sonny, but I'm probably the only guy in Hotep Nation that's blocked by Sonny. So
fair.
That's
who knows?
That's hilarious. I don't know. I'm just saying. I know I am, and I'm telling. Why'd you block me, Sonny? I'm on it. I'm on.
You should make that a drop. Why'd you block me, Sonny?
I'm going to listen, bro. I have told y'all, when I finally see Sister Sonny, I am going to channel my inner HJ with pearly things. I'm going to channel my inner HJ. I have to do it. He's HJ. He's Griff God. He sets the bar, all right? So I have to live up to the HJ standards. Like, if this is how we approach the person that blocks us, that we really, okay, cool. Because look, bro, I am a fan of a lot of the work that Sonny does. I am. I enjoyed and appreciated when she sat at that table with Trump and eviscerated the conservatives in the room that are scared to go into the black community. I was all for that. Full stop.
Absolutely.
But then she got with this black chick who is essentially on the same thing. Scared to really go out into the black community, and has a horrible name. Horrible name. So when they attacked Miss Kim Klacik, because I am, if you're not there to defend yourself, or if you're doing right and people that are coming at you, no matter what, they're coming at you, I'm going to defend yourself. I'm going to defend you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Yes, her. Yes, her. That her, Haram. Her. You didn't have to put that on screen, but good. I'm glad you did.
Always.
Her.
Always. Yes.
Her. They essentially tag teamed up on Kim Klacik, because Kim Klacik, she got into the Republican Party. See, I'm in the Republican Party. So I know what Kim is going through when it comes to running for political office, and how the party, when you're attached to a party, how they will come and essentially take control of your campaign and run it a particular way that they want it to, especially when they're handling, managing, and getting you funds. All right. When they're controlling the purse strings, they do certain things. And I see that. I'm learning that on the inside. So, I understood what happened to Kim. Understood how she got pulled out. You know what I'm saying? The black community outside of what she was originally doing. I know what happened there. So don't rag on the chick and beat up on her when you're not really looking at what truly happened.
Right.
And and then you're with the chick again who isn't even in the hood. You hit them up and be like, you know what I'm saying? Hey, we want you to go do whoop-de-whoop. We want you to come in the hood. I think I'm being invaded by my baby.
Oh no,
Hi.
Baby invasion.
Hi. How are you? You okay?
And that's another thing, speaking of Kim Klacik and Sonny, is that I think everybody needs to be careful. I think a lot of people benefit from not being famous enough for anybody to do some real digging. Because I know that pretty much you dig deep enough, especially when you get into the heavy level tit for tat that they do, on the Twitter, well, you said this and you kind of said that and you kind of said this.
Mm-hmm.
You better be careful, because people can dig up tweets. You know what I mean? And also, she said, "Oh, on your baby." And also, I mean, a lot of man, we'll wait till after I got to be careful.
Yeah, yeah, I understand. You do,
especially when it comes to Sonny, man. I got to be very careful, because I'll leave it at this. I'm going to say this about not anyone in particular, but when you put enough conflicting information out there without the ability to back it up, or if your straight up response is screw you, white person, or, oh, you want us to care about you individually now, whatever, and that's your entire answer, you know what I mean, without actually making any intelligent claims. I get it. You're Twitter flaming. You know what I mean? You're trying to get your content out there. You're posting stuff to make people mad or whatever. Fair. But you're not going to be a seriously taken person. Yeah. You're going to notice the opportunities and invites dry up. And you can be like, I kept it too real, and that's why they don't offer me that. And here also, like my man said, when keeping it real goes wrong, one of the most dangerous things you can do is convince yourself the reason I'm not getting what I need done is because I'm keeping it too real. No, you're not necessarily. You know,
sometimes sometimes, and I can say that because, like, I know that I'm a victim of keeping it too real. I see it locally.
Right. Well, levels.
I see it locally. No. I mean, there's levels. There's definitely levels to it.
I'm talking about her level and why people. Okay, so on her level, she's already been to CPAC. Why wouldn't she be able to go all the time? You know what I mean? Why isn't she getting?
Did you see the CPAC with her and Maj? And did you see what they did that particular town hall?
I just saw the video of that, and then a couple of her Q&A stuff.
I'll send you the whole town hall of that. Right, there was a reason why. It is essentially so. Here's what I can tell you about Con Inc. Again, I'm on the inside. So even the conversations that me and you have had about, what I've been dealing with personally, right?
Right.
They want a particular archetype as their bread and butter, as their voice, as the ones that they know are connected and dealing with them. There's a particular archetype that they want. However, what you want, what you get, and what you have, you go to war with the army you have, not necessarily the one that you want, right?
Right.
You've said this?
Yes, many times.
So, in knowing that, both sides, her and them, you're supposed to move in that particular way. Okay, they don't want you to come to CPAC, whatever the case may be. Cool. Fine and dandy. Your conversation, from what you say and how you move and what I hear from you, is that you want to focus on the Black community. You want to talk and reach to more of the Black community. Why isn't the Black community coming and dealing with the conservatives and the Republicans? What is wrong that the Black community? Well, I'm going to tell you the biggest thing wrong. You're yelling to a bunch of white people about them not coming and why people aren't coming instead of you actually going to the Black community themselves. And it's not just her, it's a lot of them that they could do more stuff in the Black community to move people to vote and move conservatively. If this white Republican is the only one that we have who's running for office in this particular area and they're moving in the space that we need them to when it comes to voting and it comes to policy and legislation, then okay, cool, we'll vote for them. But why not put forth our own representative out of this district, right? Why not put forth a person that we have? Because we know we've heard them say she's, many have said, I'm not going to just say just she, because it's been many of them that say it. We have these districts where Republicans just don't run a candidate at all because they feel like it can't be won. Well, if they're doing that, then that means it's an all Black district. So you can't find one person in that district that is Black, that may think like you, that wants to run for office, that you can get on the ballot. And then all you'd have to do is just run the conservative values, right? And then because they're running the conservative values and a Republican, and now you go, hey, listen, you don't have another candidate. Now you have a candidate that's declared Republican that's running over here. You have to put some kind of mechanism behind them. It doesn't even have to be a lot. There's a little bit. There's a little bit of a mechanism behind them. And then you can run the rest of the mechanism. See, that's where I'm at now. That's where I'm at because, like, I know it has been taboo. Did you see the video that I tweeted today and I talked about the pastor that was in the pulpit locally?
I did not today.
Oh,
today I've not seen anything from.
Oh, okay, I understand. I understand that. We'll talk about that, but like, it's really taboo. Like, they really attack the Republican ideology in a lot of the like church and the local Black, arena. But if you have as big of a name as you do, you can combat that. And then you hit them with the local facts or the actual facts. Then you can, as Fuego just said, you can take over the local GOP presence. Because now they have people like you. They see you. Like, now it has went from people trashing me for being a Republican to people like, hey, man, hey, you knew what you was talking about, huh? Hey, who I need to vote for? Hey, what's going like that? Now they're asking. So now it's like, all right, bet. Now we're going to build and mold people to run for office. I am ready for this week. I'm telling you now, Killer Mike, I'm putting you on notice right now, Michael Render. I better see between tomorrow being March 4th and 12:30 on March 8th. I better see you talk about somebody locally in Atlanta that is running for office, that is qualifying for these state and these local elections. Michael Render, I better see it, or I'm going to flame your ass up. And, sir, I am going pretty viral right now. My page is hot. You can get the good hot or the bad hot. That's all I got to say. But that's what we do. You know what I'm saying? You changed, as he said, you change the messaging. You set the tempo for your people. You don't have to worry about them. You do it for yourself. You do it for yourself and your community. You don't have to worry about that. You don't have to worry about them.
Question for you. Why did he get arrested, or was that a publicity stunt?
Publicity stunt. That was his version of the Chris Rock Will Smith slap. That's what that was. All right. Think about it now. Will Smith, Chris Rock, they're at the Academy Awards for the arts and sciences of motion pictures.
National Academy of Arts and Science of Recording Arts and Sciences.
So now,
yeah,
arts and sciences of for film, right? For actors.
Yes.
Arts and sciences for arts and sciences for actors. He literally gave the best
humiliation
acting performance of his life, because everybody thought this slap was real. They still talk about the best acting performance of his life he gave right before receiving the top award for the best acting performance of your life. It's right there. So Michael Render, Killer Mike, going to the Grammys. All right. He's finna win this big award.
Right.
We're going to have this whole, hey, he got arrested. And then it went from, oh, he got arrested by the cops to, oh, it was a citizen's arrest. Wait, what?
I didn't even follow up like that. Now they're saying it was a citizen's arrest?
Now they're saying it was a citizen's arrest, bro. So
who's going to a citizen's arrest Killer Mike? Yeah, okay, first of all, he's rolling with security. Then he's rolling with homies, right? Like, there's security and then there's homies. And okay, let's just be honest. Like, okay, so the easiest one to see is Kanye. You know how hard it is to get to Kanye, and not because he's necessarily a billionaire, but yeah, is he going to run with security? Sure, probably deep. Probably 5 to 8 dudes armed, ready to go. But if you get past them somehow, you get into that VIP lounge or whatever with him in there, he's got about 10 people in that room whose lives and their money depend on him. So if you try to go after him, they're going to get right in front of him. You know what I'm saying?
That one chick did. The chick from like a month or so ago.
Yeah.
From TMZ. She got right up on him. She was right there.
Yeah, but she has a name and she's a chick. So, but they know her. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're like, oh, that's homegirl. But if it's
pay you double.
It's exactly. But if it's some skeezy dude, if it's some dude nobody knows and he looks like he's got bad intention, or he looks cool, but he's not known at all in
or
this
he looks
industry.
Like me.
Yeah.
He looks like me, full beard, big guy, long hair. 9 times out of 10, I'm going to wear a hoodie and you're going to look at me sideways.
Exactly. Yeah. So, man, by the way, fuck y'all for clowning on my Doc Martens, okay? I don't care what you say. My DMs are fresh, all right?
I'm about to find me a pair. I need a pair to match the hat, man.
You know what I'm saying? That's why I thought I'd rep for the home team. Anyway, hurt my feelings. I'm kidding.
It's all right, man. It's all right.
Look, man, I just I want to ask you to maybe make some sense of, and chat, feel free to weigh in on this, or is there a deeper play to our, now they're firing. That's the whole point. I want to look like that. I want to, dude, there's only one way a white boy gets through in the hood. You know what I mean? You got to look crazy. They got to be convinced that you will do that. The art of war is two things: convincing your enemy you have a weapon that they cannot defeat or that they cannot predict, and then convincing them you're crazy enough to use it even at your own cost. Yeah. That's how white folk get by in the hood, okay? I don't mean to tell the story. I should write a book. I really should. You know what I'm saying?
Hey Arnold did it.
Yep, how to be a wigger in turbulent times. You know what I'm saying?
Hey Arnold, man, I'll never forget that episode. Hit me. Hit me.
Fight Club. My favorite scene in Fight Club is when they're trying to keep the bar. And Brad Pitt and the owner of that old man is just driving. Let us keep the club. Bow. Let us keep the club. Bow. And everybody around him was like, oh, my God. And the whole point was respect. It wasn't that he couldn't beat this dude up. It was that I can take these hits for the team. Anyway, dude, I love Fight Club clearly, man. I'm that white boy. So anyway, our president is not a stable. He's so stable of a genius, he won't even take the test. Now, Trump took it willingly and came out stable genius. But this guy, can you help me make it make sense? Make it make sense.
I will. Bro. I will in just a second. Give me 2 seconds.
While you're doing that, I'm putting it down. So Joe Biden's doctor has come out and says that he does not need a medical cognitive test.
It's simple. It's simple. Joe and the hoe got to go. It's simple. That's the only sense. I got the flag waving for y'all tonight. Y'all see that? Look at that.
Are you gonna wear that hat at the Grifties, dog?
I might. I just might. That's the only sense I have to make of it, bro. Just Joe and the hoe got to go, man. This guy is he's demented. He's decrepit. He's pedoistic. He's creepy. He's sleepy. It's time to put him out the pastures, man. There's when Trump was in office, he built a beautiful, beautiful expansion to Guantanamo Bay. And I think it's time that we put Sleepy Joe out to pasture. We got a new bed for him. It's a beautiful bed. It's the best bed that you ever see. That
probably does.
Make him and Obama cellmates. Oh, God damn it. Never underestimate the ability for Joe Biden to fuck it up. And you really fucked it up this time, Joe. You really did.
Well, what blows me away more than anything is not that he fucked it up, but that he gets so much cover. Yeah. I mean, how do these people retain any credibility? I don't understand. And it's weird because if you look, the stock market is doing great and crypto is doing great. And that's clearly not based on any real economy there at all, which means it's a bubble. And I think it's literally controlled and manipulated and meant to get people to vote for Joe Biden. It's the only way it's working. Gas is slowly creeping up again. It's Joe definitely
I
agree.
I think it's twofold. So I do believe that there's a magic wand that controls the economy and the way that things are moving. I do believe that there's a bubble that's getting ready to crash. Like I believe that under Trump. So there's no way that I can't believe it now. Right. I do think it's there. But I don't think the economy is doing good in the sense of Joe Biden. I think the economy is doing good in the sense of they see the momentum that's going on with Trump. I think they know that he is coming back in office. Granted, nothing crazy happens. And I think the market is responding to that. I think it's responding to it just like it responded, the next day after he was announced as winner and everything shot up, right? I think it's responding in that type of manner because he hasn't lost a primary yet. Not one state has he lost yet. All right. You got all this stuff that's happening in the court systems. I think people are feeling fairly comfortable with their companies that, oh man, okay, we finna have it good again. The money finna start blowing. What I don't think that they're prepared for, because I do believe that 45 is gonna blow that shit up. I think it's, if they don't blow it up first, let me put it that way. If they don't blow it up, he's going to blow it up. But I think that they will possibly burst that bubble to kind of delay the election or stop the election from happening. I think that is definitely a play on the field. And their bursting to cause it to collapse, to cause us to free fall, is different from his bursting with having the parallel economy set up, right? And that was the great thing that was a great thing about him having that back-to-back terms, right? Is that he could actually, like, he built all the foundation, he built the infrastructure that was needed for us to go into an economic transfer. And they got in between, they pretty much destroyed that, between COVID and the things that Biden did, dismantling, the different agreements. I think they caused a big situation that goes there. So yeah. So I don't know, bro, but yeah, I think it's responding to Trump.
Fair enough. I that's definitely one theory. I don't disagree that makes sense if you fully believe that they're not going to do some shady shit to screw Trump out of the thing, which I still think they're digging into. I think they're really going right now into how do we stop Trump from taking power, yet not completely devolve the system and lose our power? Because that's the one problem they have right now, is denying Trump takes their power away. And they need what power they have. They're clinging to it desperately. That's why they're literally dying practically on the Senate floor, because they all they have is their power and they're clinging to it. And they know Trump means they lose a lot of it. But if you ice Trump as hard as they're trying, or not let him run or put him in prison, you might lose the entire country. So I think I agree with you on one level, but I think that there's still a lot of people at play. I mean, I just want to wait till the DNC. Let the DNC happen. Let the big let them, roll Joe out on the, like Mr. Freeze. They're like, we got a new suit. So anyway, Jason is saying there's a Bitcoin shortage, actually. Now, I know they are going to be making it harder and harder for miners to mine Bitcoin. And then, of course, the value goes lower the more Bitcoin there is, meaning what you have raises in value due to the ever increasing cost of rarity. I just feel like Bitcoin is the CBDC you didn't know you were paying for all along. At the point that I see BlackRock get involved and buy huge chunks, especially at the height.
They've already done it.
Done it. When they did that, I was like, okay, if BlackRock is buying this thing at one of its heights and it's just buying like it doesn't matter, that's that's a heavy thing. Yes, Aram says get on that Syscoin. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it is up.
I should.
It is up.
Be on that.
It is up. Like, it went from, I want to say it was like 14 cents earlier this week, and when I last looked earlier, it was at like 28 cents.
Wow. Okay, I'm on it. I'm supposed to be getting some of that love. I'm very soon. So yeah. I'm excited about that. But speaking of the craziness and the cover they've give Biden and the nuts, man, these liberal, and we've been talking about conservatives kind of being racist and pro-white and that, and as we shout out 200%. By the way, that's fair, but I honestly believe percentage-wise, you're dealing with less racism still in our party. There's still people looking out. There's still people that understand a strong, healthy, economic Black community equals a strong, healthy community economically for everyone, and personally, morally too. But just speaking on that, what we're speaking on there. Almost got into a fist fight with a gay dude at the gym in the sauna. Who wants to fight a gay dude in the sauna, first of all? And that was not fun. As things heat up, man, we got to talk about things are going to get heated up. I about beat a gay man's ass in a sauna over this shit. I was not pause. if anything, needed a pause. You know what I'm saying?
There need to be a pause, but you know.
So
that rim shot. Because that you know, rim shots.
You know what he said? He was going on and on about how great Hillary Clinton is and how Joe Biden was the lesser of two evils. And then I was like, you support a racist bastard? And he's like, no, I don't. I help black people because I help them raise their self-esteem by doing what I tell them. I'm like, that makes you more racist. He had no idea Joe Biden never said racial jungles, or Hillary Clinton said black men are predators and should be brought to heel, or racial jungles, or you ain't black if you don't vote for me. That's a steamy situation. And so he's this gay dude with a ponytail being all like, and I help people and you don't understand. He's like in his mid-50s. And I was like, man, go home and suck a dick. He's like, how do you know I have a dick to suck? I'm like, you don't. You're insufferable. Nobody could love you. I said that to him.
You just unloaded on him, boss.
Never are. Yeah.
No Diddy.
Fuego, I'm taking your advice. From here on out, man, that's some good advice.
That's some, you know, that sounds like some Diddy shit.
So, I mean, because, okay, so for those of you that don't know this about me, sauna time is my quiet time. Usually I go after I work out. I usually kill myself. I usually am in pain after I work out because I'm old and there's lots of shit wrong. I don't have time to fix it all. I got to do something, right? So, no Diddy. Yes, no Diddy.
Diddy. I need to get that as a drop. I'm going to make that as a drop this week.
Yeah, man, we run it in.
Yeah.
So I'm sitting in there, but then he's talking to these other people about how he's figured out that if churches could give more money, there'd be no more homeless people. And he's just going off about this. You know what I mean? So.
Bruh.
See, the thing is, it's true, and that's why it's funny.
Yeah.
Believe it or not, they had to shut down the saunas in the city YMCAs because of all the gay activity in there. So, which, I mean, yeah, dude, they shut them down. I mean, what do you do? So that's why Oklahoma snapped back so hard, and they're like, yeah, no, none of that. We don't play that around here. So, but anyway, 100% true. I know, but hilarious still. You got to admit, man. You know, so don't argue with dumb gay guys inside. You're right. Never. I said I was done, and then what was cool is there was a brother in there that wasn't saying much, tatted up dude. And I know him. He used to play football for OU, and he actually graduated as a football star at Oklahoma State University, or OCU, Oklahoma Central. Anyway, cool dude. He's older now, got a family. And he was sitting in the sauna there, and he ain't said much. And this dude was just blah, blah, blah. And he was like, and Trump is a sexual assaultist. He got charged. I'm like, where's the proof? What evidence? He's like, the judge said. I'm like, and the judge is fair? You think that it was fair? And he's like, in our court of law, it is fair. I'm like, so you think that we have a fair court system? He's like, I believe it. And even the brother just cracked up. He was like, are you serious? Like, the whole thing is that our court system is fair? The brother cracked up and rolled his eyes, and it was like done. And I had to walk out on the guy. And then I came back in thinking he'd be quiet, and I wasn't saying nothing. There's another dude I know in there, and he's a cool dude. We just talk. You know what I mean? I was discussing with him like we were just talking about NAFTA and how is NAFTA something that, I mean, we forget. A lot of folks forget. A lot of folks weren't alive, but was NAFTA really the start, you know, of kind of the imploding U.S. economy? Because of, you know, shipping the jobs overseas, manufacturing overseas, making it cheaper to ship, which puts all the control in the hands of the energy producers, which is why they're so powerful and rich now, because goods stop because you don't make them here anymore. And the whole thing was in the guys are doing it cheaper, but is it cheaper? You know? So anyway, I like having those conversations, not telling a gay guy to go suck a dick before I punch him in his face. What are you going to do? Then, don't argue with gay guys in saunas. Then I had this happen. Let's see here. This lady posts this, you know what I mean, on Instagram. And this is what I'm saying is a problem right here. Let me see if I can zoom this in. Yeah. Why is it? Of course, when you there we go. Nope. Anyway, okay, so if you can read it, it says this man paid $9,000 for a pair of Donald Trump sneakers. This is Sharf, who, if you saw the video, the man made over $1 million for Ukraine. He's done a whole lot of good stuff. He's actually more of a liberal than anything, but he did buy a pair of Trump sneakers and he bought them for $9,000. This lady posts this, okay? She posts, Sharf, who owns Luxury Bazaar, purchased an autographed pair of the Never Surrender sneakers after placing a $9,000 bid. After he posted his acquisition on social media channels, Trump invited him to lunch and golf club in West Palm Beach. What a shame. What a waste of money. Those shoes should be hanging on a wire in the ghetto. This woman, the super liberal woman, thinks she hates Trump, so that belongs where? In the ghetto with those gross poor people. What the hell, bro? What the hell? You know what I mean?
Wow.
You sounded like Rudy the Vet. We're actually, yeah, that's my bud, man. I'm more and more every day. So,
more and more every day. Wow.
Oh, and that's a little update too. Rudy is going to be wearing some drip. He's got some ice. Rudy has he says he's got a chain that he's been waiting to wear, like a straight up iced out chain, and he's going to be wearing it to the grifty. So that's going to be fire. Speaking of dressing like a Guido, you know?
Okay.
Iced out chain, son.
Oh man, I can't wait. I can't wait, man. It's going down. Shouts out
anyway,
Rudy the Vet Russo.
Shout out to Rudy all day, every day. I told this chick straight up, man. I was like, this is the most racist thing I've seen. Like, you understand saying that Trump shoes belong hanging in a way. You were so specific with it. You know what I mean? They don't belong in the good, nice neighborhoods with you and your good liberal fucking people. They belong hanging in a wire on the game. First of all, ghetto is, I would rather be there than with you, lady. Absolutely. You know what I mean? Better food and better conversation. Secondly,
I know what happened.
What happened?
I know what happened.
What happened?
She grew up and she watched Like Mike with Little Bow Wow. She watched Like Mike with Little Bow Wow. She thought, she's the bully. She's I'm gonna take your shoes and throw them on the hot wire.
Exactly.
She's the bully.
It's just, man, as things get hotter, and they're only going to get way hotter, I'm blown away. What's funny is this dude that was saying, I'm going to take your shoes. Throw them on the wire. Yeah.
Wire.
Well, and that's the thing. As the shit gets hotter and heavier, I got to not take the bait and get angry. But I think it's important that we stand by our stuff. And you realize those people on the other side are just annoying and own the mainstream media. They're not right. They don't even know what they're talking about. The fact that the man doesn't even know some of the most horrible racist shit the people he's co-signing for have said and done. I literally was like, she kills people. He's like, where's the proof? I'm like, a dude is hanging with bullet holes in his chest, and he was hung, and there's no weapon to be found. And he's like, where's the fingerprints? Where's the evidence? And I'm like, these are the people. These are not serious people. So I think we're going to be good there on that for sure.
Prayfully, man. Prayfully, bro. There's so much going on with these people, man. They're working overtime. I'm gonna drop you something in the chat. Again, we were talking about, these people. Oh man, it was 2. So just go to my Twitter feed. There's 2.
Man.
Merrick Garland went to a black church today.
Is it the Democratic Party is at it again? You see how pastors stand in the pulpit? That tweet you put up?
So is that one, and it's one right above it. So you can play either one first. Doesn't really matter which one you play first. We'll talk about them both.
Yeah, I'll play the oldest one first, which is 10 hours ago.
Okay. If you guys aren't following me over on X, man, definitely do that at Seaport Pro. I'm a fun follow. And then follow my brother. I think it's at C Hall Comedy over there on X.
I know y'all would be quiet on that.
Take it back to the top. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Take it back to the top. All the way to the top. Yeah.
Y'all hold tight for a minute. One candidate running for president, whose name I won't call, said that black people should support him because he has a mugshot. Then he says on another day, because he has new sneakers that are valued at $399, I know African Americans will vote for me because they like sneakers. I don't know who's watching who could help get this message out, but I want you to know in 2024, I'm African American and we don't just buy sneakers, and most of my friends don't have a mugshot. I know y'all would be quiet on that. I didn't think you'd say anything to that, but most of the guys I roll with have never had a mugshot. And most of the people I know, they're not into buying sneakers. Now, we buy stocks, we have investment portfolios, we buy real estate. Y'all hold tight.
All right, let's talk about that one.
So, I don't even know where the fuck to start at with that. I am on a mission to make him go fucking viral in Savannah this week right here. I am going to shame the fuck out of that pastor this fucking week right here. His ass is grass when it comes to protocol. It's on and popping.
Let's get it.
It's on and fucking popping. So let's start at the beginning. Trump never said, and I put the video up under there as well of Trump saying what he said, right? Trump never said anything about people buying sneakers or blacks buying sneakers, and him having sneakers is going to make black people want to get the sneakers. He never said that. Matter of fact, when he unveiled the sneakers, he did it at a sneaker con, right? And he said, yeah, I've been wanting to do this for the last 12 or 13 years. All right. He then goes on to say, now, so that would make sense if he wanted to do this in the last 12 or 13 years, that he has a shoe out now and he was able to get what he got produced. Because, listen, Kanye already done told us how hard it was to get shoes made. All right. Kanye already done put it out there. Like, they tried to Kanye me when it came to the prices. So if they tried to Kanye, would it not make sense that they would try to Trump?
Very true. Absolutely. So and remember, it's a limited run. A limited run always costs more. You know,
limited run always. Come on now. So we have that. And he says, Trump says at the sneaker con, it's a 6-minute speech. And he's like, yeah, I made this full of sneakerheads. The sneakerheads are going to love this. You guys are going to love these shoes, whatever. Because as Fat Joe said about sneakerheads, the rarer the shoe, the better.
Yes.
This is Trump. These are Trump shoes. It's a limited run. I have to put these in the collection because I'm a sneakerhead. So then he goes on to say, oh, and then he said, black people are going to vote for me because I have a mugshot. No, that's not what he said. What he said was, they say that Trump was persecuted and prosecuted wrongfully by these people. They were attacking him. He got indictments. And the black people, they say he was very specific in saying that they say that the black people can relate because I'm being wrongfully prosecuted. And I don't know, there may be some truth to that. Those are his words.
Yeah, I remember you played the speech the other night. Yeah, absolutely.
And then you stand up in this pulpit with a bunch of people who are stupid as fuck because they're just following you blindly. And now I'm finna destroy they ass because I am going to perfectly cut it up. And when he says this, I'm going to play what he actually said. And then he's going to say this, and his church is going to stand up and yes. And then I'm going to play what was actually said. And then I'm going to end it all off. Well, but the people I know, we buy stocks and we have portfolios and we're in real estate. Oh, okay. Was your portfolio not better under Trump than it is under Biden? Was real estate not better under Trump than it is under Biden? Was your money not better under Trump than what it is under Biden? See, sir, what you guys do is you set us up for alley oops, right? Where you can stand and lie in front of your people. And then you set up a person like me to come and break the backboard on you, because I'm gonna break the backboard. I'm coming to break. That's all you're gonna see. Because now I'm finna put all this stuff in perspective and show your people how you're a liar in the pulpit and how there's some dumb sheeps who follow liars that stand in the pulpit.
Absolutely. And hey, to be your Monday morning quarterback here, to play your Pat McAfee role, this is why Trump is so popular. A lot of us don't have stocks and portfolios in real estate. Most people don't. And if you do, you have, a couple grand in stocks. You're hoping that over the next 20 years, but really most people don't have that. Most people are hoping pension works out. Their 401k works out. The reason that they hate Trump and got to get up in the pulpit and say that is because people like us who need cheaper gas prices, cheaper chicken and beef prices at the store, cheaper vegetable prices, cheaper shoe prices. You're not talking to us, bro. You're bragging about how we don't matter. And that's why you're doing the thing. You think when you indict him, he's going to be less popular, yet he becomes more popular. You're doing the thing. You stand up there and brag. I got ballin' money. I got portfolios. I got dollar. Well, I don't. So I know you're happy, but I'm voting for the guy that, a couple years back I did have. This is why. It's really cool when I get to out-hood a black pastor. But look, those of us in the hood, you know what I mean? He was saying invest during the pandemic. No other president did that. And he was correct. Yes. Because that's the whole thing, man. I want somebody standing up there going, you want stocks. You should have some real estate. But in this current market, it's dang near impossible. And it's because our money is not based on anything and the Fed is out of control. Let's get somebody in here that's going to at least try to get the dollar back on the oil standard, moving it towards gold. Let's get you a job. Let's get some manufacturing. Let's drill. Let's close the border. Let's start deporting, because love it or hate it, more people with less ownership of this country costs everybody money. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man, don't tell me what you got. I'm not interested in what you have, Mr. Preacher. I'm not interested in how Pimpin' Jesus got your suit and got you on a stage to talk shit about Trump. You know what I mean? Because look, if your way worked, look at your community, bro. Look at my community, bro. Look at our trailer park communities, bro. I'm not talking about black people or white people. I'm talking about us poor folk. Look at the communities. It's harder to be a poor person. That's the problem, is that the shit going on right now affects who the most. Same thing with gun control. Who does the gun control hurt the most? The poor, law-abiding citizen. Every damn thing they're rolling out right now hurts one group the most. The people living on the line. The people that if they don't get their paycheck in 2 weeks, they're freaking homeless. That's what all of this hurts, and that's what nobody's paying attention to. Because they're the ones, as Jonah would say, they want to put in the fucking water. They want to make us the water. I know that's a little bit of a jump. I was on my rant. But look, I'm serious, man. I mean, come on, dude. Everything I hear right now hurts the poorest of the poor and the people that are struggling. And the lowest unemployment ever, because you can drive an Uber. It costs you more to drive your car than it does. You can't make a living, but you're not unemployed anymore. 2 years ago, you were unemployed and now you're off the rolls. So unemployment is super low. Lowest it's ever been. Well, that's not the case. There's just more people not being counted. There's more people in the gaps now. And then those people are fighting with 10 million immigrants for resources. 15 million maybe, but at least 10 million people for the same poor people resources at the bottom that people don't fucking care about. Sorry, man. I'm just...
Don't give a fuck, bro. And that's the thing.
So when you see a dude like that, he's not talking to the people trying to get what he has. He's telling you vote for the guy I like so I can stay rich and in power. He's not trying to empower his people. What kind of pastor gets up there and leads his flock astray like that and says, provide me with more? Kenneth Copeland, motherfucker.
The preacher pimps, bro. The preacher pimps. Man, most
we in the wrong
preachers,
game,
we are.
We could take over the religious game, me and you, dog. Really, we could take it over.
Man, listen. It ain't nothing but the pimps and drug dealers drug dealers and hoes trying to make it to heaven.
Right. Yep.
That's all it is.
Or they weren't good at, they couldn't handle it in the street, so they had to go into the church.
No, some of them, handled their business in the streets.
That's fair.
And then it was like, okay, I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna go in the church, but it's the next hustle. It's the next hustle, man. That's all it is. It's the next hustle. And since that's what it is, fuck them. We ball.
I'm an aspiring cult leader, so yeah, start your own thing. Well, Fuego, we got to all do the same thing. So, I mean, most cults devolve into drug use and banging a bunch of chicks. That's kind of the point. Or a bunch of dudes passing around not enough chicks, which I'm out on that. Okay. I'm out on.
Yeah, marry men.
Anyway, girls on girls is good. Guys on guys, or guys on girls is gross. So anyway, back to the thing, man. Then we have this guy right here that we're gonna share, and the downside is, that's fair. That's fair. What, I mean, isn't that kind of what everybody's trying to do? Including other folks we're working for. At the end of the day, we're all just trying to start our own cult. I mean, let's be honest, some with guns, some without. But basically, everybody I know is like, yeah, in my world, if you live on the land that I rule, which means that everybody's trying to be king. It's good to be king.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So let's get back to that. Let's get back. Let me share this action because I want to share the. And Fuego, you're right, though, man. It's good. I mean, the king has it good. So, yeah. And we're going to make sure that volume is up. We're going to max screen it.
The right to vote is still under it. And that is why the Justice Department is fighting back. That is why one of the first things I did when I came into office was to double the size of the voting section of the Civil Rights Division. That is why we are challenging efforts by states and jurisdictions to implement discriminatory, burdensome, and unnecessary restrictions on access to the ballot, including those related to mail-in voting, the use of drop boxes, and voter ID requirements. That is why we are working to block the adoption of discriminatory redistricting plans that dilute the vote of Black voters and other voters of color.
Okay, we're going to have to say, okay, this is going to be more of a deeper, this is a protocol level breakdown, right? You know what I mean? This needs a protocol level breakdown. I know it's just 47 seconds, but okay, I want to hear that again, but I'm going to do a thing where I play like a couple seconds, you tell me to pause, and we can comment on that sentence or two if that's okay.
Let's do it.
All right, cool.
The right to vote is still under attack. And that is why the Justice Department is fighting back. That is why one of the first things I did when I came into office was to double the size of the voting section of the Civil Rights Division.
Pause.
All right. Yes. What the hell does that even mean?
The right to vote is under attack. The right to cheat is under attack. All right. When he says that, he's saying the right to cheat is under attack. So they doubled the size of the Civil Rights Department in the Department of Justice. All he said was a bunch of mumbo jumbo outside of the right to cheat is under attack. All right. Double the sizing won't honestly do anything but hurt him in the long run. All right. Because now, honestly, if everything goes right with the election, Trump's going to win. And when Trump wins, he can use those people in the Civil Rights Department and Department of Justice. He can use those positions, right, to go after all the voter fraud that was taking place in our elections and how people's civil rights truly were trampled on under this administration and the people in the Trump administration and the Obama administration. All right. That's all they did. When he says he hired people for them, all they did was create a slush fund, right? Start, paying other people money like they did with Fanni Willis, right? They gave Fanni money and all this good stuff. That's all they were doing. They're creating slush funds for their people, for their loyal people, their loyal operatives. And that's what they're going on there. They're going after all these states who are well within their right because states have the rights to control their own elections. That's how this thing is set up. Requiring them to have an ID is not an issue. Press play and we'll finish. We'll tag into that because what he said, then ties into a lot of this that he already said. You got it?
Ballot.
I'm going to run back.
Including those
right.
to implement discrimination. We are challenging efforts by states and jurisdictions to implement. That's why we are challenging action of the Civil Rights Division. That is why we are challenging efforts by states and jurisdictions to implement discriminatory, burdensome, and unnecessary restrictions on access to the ballot, including those related to mail-in voting, the use of drop boxes, and voter ID requirements.
Pause.
Yeah, this is something you're a bit of a specialist in.
Early voting, ballot drop boxes, and voter IDs are burdensome. So, I don't have a problem, honestly, with early voting. All right? Here's why I don't have a problem with early voting. Some people just can't get to the ballot box on Tuesday. I mean, people have to work. Like they have to work now.
Right.
If you want anything, if you're paying your bills, you have to work. Voting is from 7 to 7. All right. 9 times out of 10. Now, you got those people who do get up early. Like me, unless I don't have anything to do on election day, I'm at the ballot box 7 o'clock on voter day. I like going on voting day. All right. That's just me. I love the feel of going in there, putting it in and watching the number change on the box. Right. I enjoy that. But there are people who can't do that. And they can't make it to the ballot box, when they get off at 5, 6 o'clock and get in there by 7, even though, at 7 o'clock, they put somebody at the end of the line and, you're going to vote, even if it's 8, 9 o'clock at night, you're still going to vote. You're still going to get your vote in. But some people can't do that. So giving them the option, a week, 2 weeks to go and actually vote ahead of time and your vote gets, as long as it's safe, as long as it's an actual voting precinct, I don't mind. I really don't mind. The ballot drop boxes, though. The ballot drop boxes is where we see a lot of the problems outside of the number switch that happens with the algorithm and the computer voting. And we can talk about that because I'm really against the computer voting because I went to school to be a computer scientist. So I know what's possible in that.
Right.
I don't trust those, but let's go to the ballot boxes. We've seen in instances like 2,000 Mules, and the other tapes that have since come out of people putting ballot after ballot after ballot after ballot into the boxes. I think that's an issue, especially when we have places that are like, hey, yeah, we got ballots that, they look like they came out of a printer. They look like they were printed perfectly out of a Xerox machine or something. I have a problem with that when it comes to the ballot boxes. So I think that those should go. Or, they should be, if we're going to have those type of boxes for ballots, for mail-in ballots. Okay, fine. I'll see you your ballot box and I'll raise you one of those prime delivery machines or the red box. Remember the red box
Yeah,
where you had
of course I know Redbox. They still got them, bro. You still got them.
Yeah. They're still. We got them at the gas station down the street. You know what I'm saying? They're still here. So I'll see you your ballot drop box, and I will raise you one of those machines, right? That has to scan your ID. Okay, I will, because we're 2024. It's possible. Right. So now the ballot that you put in, you only get in one ballot. So you scan your ID. It asks for the ballot. You put the ballot in. It scans your barcode. It says this is you, and boom, it gets accepted. And then when they go and they open it, then they do their verification of the signatures and everything. Okay, you want the ballot drop box? Fine. I'll see you and I'll raise you because we are here to secure it. Go ahead.
I was just going to say, and even past that, the beginning of that, and he goes, we are fighting against the state's efforts.
Right.
Meaning we as the, I mean, and that kind of, I think, remember, we got a dust up over that. You know what I mean? So that's the crazy idea is we are fighting the states. We, as a giant apparatus that is not responsible or really on the ground, definitely not by precinct. We might have an office in a bigger city or a bigger county even, but we aren't anywhere near as on the ground as the local people, hence them being the local people. But we are fighting their efforts to run the votes the way they want. So we basically get the results we want, is what he was saying in the wind up. And then that concerned me. And then, of course, it's, boy, you know, look at the look at the backgrounds. You know what I'm saying, boy?
Right.
Woo!
Right.
The Shickies are us. You know what I'm
saying? Listen, bro, the sisters was in the building. You know, I'm sitting, he know he in the black church. You know he dropping it on them. Yep, you know he giving it to them.
And you were both right when they said they're going to use the black woman to push their agenda forward. That's absolutely accurate.
Because the black women is the only ones that march damn near 100% their way, right? You have damn near all the black women going one way. You don't have that with the whites. Because clearly there's a bunch of white women in the Republican Party.
Yeah.
So
also, question there, just a demographics question I have is that to me it's harder to be a Republican and unite people, or conservative voting in the Republican, in the Republican direction. It's harder to do that because Marxism is a pretty easy uniter if you're not educated. You know what I mean? These people have too much stuff. These people don't have enough. We are good people if we fight the people with too much stuff and give it to the people that don't have enough stuff. Boom, the end. It's real easy to unite a bunch of stupid people with that. And then you break down, these people look different and they were treated mean, so give us money and power and you're good because you give us money and power to make sure they don't be treated mean, which is all a big, we know that's all the hustle. But it's easy to unite people under that. It's an easy uniter. Whereas with us, it's like, well, there's some people that don't like white people, and then there's some people that don't like black people all that much, but they both agree that they should be able to raise their families the way they want, pay less taxes, and have business freedom. Okay, well, fuck, it's hard to get them in a room. You know what I mean? Yeah. But they would all vote the same way.
Yeah.
Same thing with just all of it. With them, it's very easy to unite people under no religion or God second place. It's like you can have the religion you want as long as no commitment and no religion goes above the Democratic Party or the Marxist ideology we're pushing. And you can have whatever religion you want as long as your God and your commitment comes second. And that, to me, is the core difference between us, is that my spiritual and personal commitments and beliefs will always come ahead of my political party. And on the other side, you don't get to do that. It has to come.
They were lost. They were lost when it came to a religion, when they started accepting the Skittles Brigade as much as they do, right? Because if you're truly, God says accept everyone. God says, come as you are. Okay, God said that. All right, fair enough. But God also said that was an abomination. So if we're going to say what God said, what about that?
The Moloch thing, the Cat Williams thing, and we're going to slide back to that. But I want to finish this vote thing real fast because I pulled something interesting up today. I sent you a real rough cut, but I pulled up a clean cut. And this is our man Tyrus actually talking. And I want to pull up this clean cut.
In the voter ID, and you're on the way to that. He also mentioned voter ID, right?
Yeah.
I think that's the stupidest, racist shit that anybody can ever say. Oh, voter ID is racist against black people. No, you saying that us showing our ID is racist against black people, you stupid fuck. Because we need the ID. If you talking about you're putting us to work and you're getting us money and you're getting us paid, well, how the fuck can we cash those checks to have a bank account if we don't have an ID? Come on, man.
Okay, and as a white person, person involved in politics, wanting to reach out to black folk. Fuego, we're going to get to that in a second for sure. Help me, okay? Because I think I just saw a clip that said that we don't like sneakers. We're rich folk, or we're, top 3 to 1% with portfolios and real estate and stocks. Okay, so I'm racist if I think that you're hood folk who like sneakers. Fair enough. I'm hood folk who like sneakers, but I'm racist if I think you are. Even though I have eyes and I go to the hood or live in the hood even. You know what I mean? But regardless, okay, I'll agree with you. If I think that black folks are into hip-hop and sneakers, I'm oddly racist. And I think if somebody also is into hip-hop and sneakers when it comes to the political sphere, and they might be able to relate to people that have similar interest, ideas, thoughts, and enjoy the same things, I'm a racist. Okay, cool. Fair enough. Moving on. However, at the same time, if I feel like black people aren't able to cooperate enough in a society to function enough to get a basic ID, I'm also racist. Help me understand, man. I want to reach out to you and I want to understand where you're at. But if I need to treat you all like millionaires until it's time to vote, and then I tell you you're too dumb or weak or feeble to get an ID, you know what I'm saying? Help me. Help me. Help me. Make it make sense.
It doesn't. And you can't. You don't even attempt to. But what you do is you show the people just how retarded it really is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You show them just how retarded it really is.
Well, and what I find the most interesting is you see what they got us dealing with there in that media. It's either black people can't have IDs, you're dealing with the poorest of the poor, the weakest of the weak, or we have stocks and bonds and real estate and don't treat us at all like any black folks are poor. And who's not being represented? The largest majority of black folks, which are middle class, maybe lower to upper, but as the largest majority of any group of folks, right? The average black folks are middle class folks. They work jobs. They buy groceries. It's harder now. I have to work longer hours to buy less groceries. It costs more to put tires on my car. It costs more to get the problems fixed on my car. It costs more to buy a car. Like, that's the thing that no one is representing on purpose. Because you know who does represent them? You know what guy will say, I like a steak with ketchup? And you know what I mean? Come out and be like, in this crowd, it's Barry Bonds. Dude, the other night when you played.
In another crowd, I'll be with the babe. Which is fair. Fair.
He even said, no, he's like, in another crowd, I might have to go with the babe. But in this crowd, we're going with Barry Bonds.
We're going with Barry Bonds.
What's funny is I get that as a comedian. You get that. It's like, hey, man, in this crowd, I'm rolling. So,
yeah.
Fuego said, my church had an issue with a trans person recently. They were welcome until they try to use the women's bathroom. Exactly. Thing is, man, if you are respectful to the people most of the time in America will be respectful to you, at least at this point. Yeah, not always. There are exceptions. In a country of hundreds of millions of people, you're always going to be able to look every day and find assholes doing asshole stuff. But for the most part, especially when it comes to churches, people will respect your space to exist. They won't respect your desire or action of invading their space. That's how I feel about that right there. Damned if you do, damned if you, right, Jason? All the time. Fuego, it's not supposed to make sense. That's the whole point, right? Garland was talking to affluent white people there. The black church was part of the virtue signal. Yes, always. So getting back to that voting thing, I'm gonna play this. This is Tyrus Friday night on Gutfeld. Tyrus, who you can see at the Grifties. Oh, you can't if you don't have a ticket because we're sold out. Sorry about that, y'all. Anyway, you can watch Hotep Jesus, star of the Grifties, that DJ Protocol will be DJing, and I am the showrunner and head producer of. Yeah. You can watch Hotep Jesus on that show with this guy we're about to show. If you can't come to the Grifties because it's sold out. So yeah, sorry about that, guys. You know, we didn't do it on purpose. We're just awesome. So here we go. Let's hit that play button there.
Earn the right to do. We don't. I'm speaking in generalities, but like that's how we generally think about it. And the other side tends to think about it as just get all the numbers you can. That's why you see the mass text is like, we'll sign you up, come vote. For most of us, like it's a right. It's a rite of passage. You talk about it. You take off work. You plan around it. It's one of the things. When I do it, I think about my grandmother when she had earned the right to vote. Like it seems to be more of a personal thing to Republicans.
Okay, I wanted to pause there. Personal thing to Republicans, but also he said when he voted, he thought about his grandmother's right to vote. Mm-hmm. And I know, I signaled to my white folk, but I want my white folk to hear that for a second. Like for him, it's just so second nature. He's just explaining part of an experience, right? Like when I go to a nice restaurant, I make sure I shine up my shoes, da-da-da-da-da-da. But it's like, wait, let's stop and talk about that step, what that means. He's talking about his grandmother. That's a grown man today in 2024 that is a millionaire off of performing and who's loved and mainly loved by conservative white folk. Quite honestly, if you broke down his base, it would be at least 50-50 generously. So, and he's talking about thinking about his grandmother's ability to vote. And I was wanting you to weigh in on that real fast just for a second, man,
so
and how important that is.
I need to, and I'm doing this right now. Chug. So, women's suffrage was 1920. Came in 1920. They were able to vote. 1920.
20s, yeah. I think it's 29. I want to say 23.
Okay. So let's just say the 20s. The decade of the 20s is when it rolled in that women had the right to vote, right?
Yep. August 2nd, 2022.
August 2nd, 2022. First time they were able to vote. That's 100 years ago, roughly. Mm-hmm. How old is Tyrus?
I'm our age. I think he's. Oh no, he said 52. Actually, on the show, he's like, I'm 52. So
52.
Yeah.
So 100 years ago, he's 52. His grandmother was right there. She was a part of the first class of women voters. So with her being a part of the first class of the women voters, right? I'm sure growing up, he heard the stories from his grandmother about being a part of the first class of women voters, right? Being a part of living as a woman and hearing men curse, gripe, be pissed off because now women have the right to vote. So he's, I don't know his family dynamic, but it sounds like he had a very close relationship with his grandmother. His grandmother is someone who's revered in his household, in his family. So as he goes to vote and he's being that far removed, which is literally a generation in between.
Yeah.
Of being able to vote and not vote as a woman, it means something to him.
Yeah.
It's just like, it's very important. Just like with a lot of the black people who were in that church that Merrick Garland was talking to, right? A lot of them remember the dogs when they were going to go vote. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So now he's pulling at their heartstrings. Oh man, they don't want me to vote anymore. I'm brown paper bag. Oh, jelly beans in the jar. Oh my God, jelly beans. Voter ID, jelly beans. Oh my gosh. He's throwing those things out to mess with their emotion, which is fine. Because then again, you just set up an alley-oop for people like
Breaking
me
the glass
to come break the glass.
Let's
So, that's good.
that was very important, man. We're gonna keep rolling on this because it's just such good stuff.
But that's why mail-in voting and stuff like that. Oh no, you do what you got to do your part.
Yeah, election day is
when someone doesn't want to do their part.
But that's not going to work this year. They got to get out there and vote early. Am I right? All right.
So that was interesting there that he got cut off pretty hardcore. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Let's go back on that because we came in. So, but I was surprised he got cut off so hardcore. So, and that's what he's saying is that one of the issues is we still look at, voting as a monumental, important thing. And the other side doesn't. They're like, how do we get those boxes stuffed? So
we don't, I'm speaking in generalities, but like, that's how we generally think about it. And the other side tends to think about it as just get all the numbers you can. That's why you see the mass text is like, we'll sign you up, come vote. Where most of us like, it's a right. It's a rite of passage. You talk about it. You take off work. You plan around it. It's one of the things when I do it, I think about my grandma.
It's both. I'm glad you said. Yeah. I'm glad you ran it. It's because it's both. At the end of the day, it is a rite of passage, but it's about having the most dang on numbers.
Right. Yeah.
The name of the game is have the most numbers. And what we have to do is we have to be better at having the most educated voters.
See, okay, and that agreed. See, that used to be the winning strategy, and I don't know if it is anymore, right? That's because, like, I think what he's saying is when you held the right to vote sacred, you would do it. And if you didn't and you didn't care, you wouldn't. Nowadays, it's more about beating those guys on Twitter so you can brag, that kind of thing. But yeah, man, it is both. But watch what happens here.
Mother, when she had earned the right to vote, like it seems to be more of a personal thing to Republicans. But that's why mail-in voting and stuff like that. Oh no, you do what you got to do your part.
Yeah, election day is romanticized.
When someone doesn't want to do their part,
but that's not going to work this year. They got to get out there and vote early. Am I right?
You hear that? He was about to go Democrats, and he got cut off hard. That was not an accidental cut.
It was Fox News.
You know what I'm saying?
Because it's Fox News.
Yeah, exactly.
Fox News is tied in with the foolishness. They know what's up.
And he said, "I love this convo." Yes, and Tyrus actually had a Hotep moment, I want to say Wednesday on Gutfeld, where they brought up Black History Month or something jokingly. And he's like, first of all, how dare you ever try to compress my history into a month? Secondly, you give us the shortest, coldest month. And thirdly, you think that you're doing us the favor. You're not doing anybody a favor here, And then he broke down a little bit of, and he rolled into slavery a little bit. It was very light. Because he's really good at doing that. That's why he has his gig, I think. But he said, and he was like, we can say these people's slavery. He's like, it doesn't matter. If you understand, slavery benefited everybody in this country on one level or another. And it's like, true. So the fact he got that off on Fox was pretty amazing. So, but I was like, man, that's a Hotep moment for Tyrus. You know what I'm saying? So that was awesome. But yeah, it was interesting how he said that, and it really makes me, it's just easier to unite people under one kind of marching banner of beat the other guy no matter what. Whereas with us, it's, what do you want? What are you looking for? How do we as a party help provide that for you? And so it's kind of a different deal. And interesting how we go about that. I don't know, man. I don't know. I just think that I just want to see what happens at the DNC. I wonder what they're going to do, because right now I see inflated gas prices, or excuse me, falsely not inflated gas prices. Gas is already starting to go up, and summertime it always climbs. It's already almost $3 a gallon. It was $2.40, and now it's up to $3 again. So we'll see. It'll be up, God knows how much, and then then everything else is going to skyrocket because they're holding this stuff down so tight right now to inflate this economy on this BS level. So I just need to see what's going to happen in the DNC on that level, in my opinion there. So, and speaking of that, man, we get caught up. I know you didn't get to listen to all of it, but for what you got to listen to in the Cat Williams, Joe Rogan interview, what did you think of it? And if you would, compare to how you felt he did with Shay Shay, it was a very different Cat. I can say that. You know what I mean? As fun of a watch, no. To me, more interesting, but not as much fun. So, you know, the thought there.
So it was.
Yep.
Oh man, that would be crazy if that happens. It was very well. First of all, I'm glad it was a different interview. Right?
Oh yeah,
because all of that is out, right? And that was. I'm gonna put it this way. That was outed where it was supposed to be outed. That was black folk issues. That was outed in a black folk setting. All right. Full stop. They talked about it at the house. He went to Joe Rogan and had a completely, totally different conversation on a whole nother side of the life and plane. Right.
right.
And then he'll go to someone else and he'll have a whole nother conversation on a whole nother plane. So I appreciate that. Now, I appreciate, more importantly, that was legit. The stoner conversation. Right? Legit the stoner conversation. We got high and we're talking about all kinds of shit. We're talking about the Bible. We're talking about the Anunnaki. We're talking about Baphomet. We're talking about people and how they're led and which God and the creation of life and the sun and how everything, like, it was legit stoner conversation when you get on some good ass weed. That's what that was. And what is the Joe Rogan podcast? What do?
Even Elon Musk, he got the billionaire to smoke.
You smoke and you have those high conversations. It was beautiful.
It was. HJ said he went full Hotep, and I kind of like that idea. What do you take of that? What do you make of that?
I don't know if I could say he went full Hotep. I think he was just high ass cat. I think he was just high. Those were stoner conversations, and right. I think that's exactly what that was. I think that was great stoner conversation.
Heck yeah!
And of course, he did scratch the surface, but I mean, it's he said it like, yeah, I done got canceled 69 times on this interview already. You just determined to get me canceled.
This is one of my, I've got a couple pulled here. This is one of my interesting ones here because at the end of the day, man, it goes back to me, it always comes back to we on our own are inadequate. And there is something greater and bigger out there, whether it's Anunnaki, whatever it is. And this was kind of them talking a little bit about that. I want to hit that real fast. So Shane Cashman is send me this.
The fact that there is a God is the biggest conversation worldwide. But the truth of the matter is there is more reason for you to believe there is a God than there is for you to not. Like the way that things interact, like if we're just talking about marijuana or alcohol or whatever that is, you have to understand that this thing serves no other purpose than to bring pleasure to this small group of beings.
Right.
And the fact that it already was set up to do that, the fact that it was already set up on this planet for there to be medicines for us to find and to utilize. And you see what I'm saying? It's like, it's not like, oh yeah, so he made a cow. No, to make a cow, it means you had to also have made grass. And it means you would have had to have invented a whole new eating system for this animal, which was cud. And that means you would you would then have to have given him 3 stomachs to be able to, and you would have to have known that he was going to then emit a gas that was going to be necessary on the planet. Like,
yeah,
like none of these things
fertilizer,
are,
all of it.
right. The fact that
Seeds.
everything goes together is how you know.
It's pretty wild. And every time we step in and fuck with it, it goes haywire.
Right.
Every time human beings do it.
Predictably haywire.
Haywire.
Right.
Haywire.
I feel like it's conversations with us because you have Kat clearly on this genius level breaking shit down, and then you have the dude coming. Yeah, man, we fuck it all up. What the hell, bro? And you're like, yeah, no, we do, Mike. I get it.
We do. We fuck it up, you know. And hey, listen, I'm with you. I'm right there on that level with you. I'm like, yes, love to give the energy, because that's yeah. Right. Nah, because nigga, you can't sit on that unless you in love, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is a couch, nigga. So I understand because it's a couch, like, but nigga, this is a love seat, nigga. You can't even sit on this motherfucker unless you in love, nigga. It's that cryptochronic gutter light, nigga.
Cryptochronic. What, bro? You know how I know the man is screwing us? Because we park on driveways and we drive on parkways, bro. Okay.
Yo.
Mind blown. Mind blown. So,
oh yeah, man.
But,
listen, Cat fan, bro. Cat fan. I got to check because I want to go. It's crazy because that is going to be a busy weekend, but he's going to be in the area on April 19th.
No, oh wow, oh wow.
He's going to Jacksonville on April 19th.
A 420 Cat Williams. Get that. That's going to be epic. Yeah, man. I pull strings. He's actually funny. Cat Williams is actually a genius. For those of you that don't know, and you can check my hits. I posted it recently in case people forgot. I did a couple of shows with Cat, and I got to interview him for the Honolulu Star Advertiser magazine. So we got to hang out, have a great interview. I got to do comedy afterwards with him. It was awesome. So what's between spelling a word and a curse word? What, man? What? Hit me with it. What's the difference between a spelling word and a curse word? We're waiting. Jason Lenz about to drop the heat, about to drop the punchline on us. What is the difference? Oh, maybe that's it. Maybe he's a stoner. It is. I'm asking for an answer that will never come because it's rhetorical in nature. A spelling word and a curse word. What is the difference?
I don't know. You got
hold on. I can't answer that until.
To cast a spell is to cast a curse.
Whoa, man. Whoa.
Shit.
And that's what I wanted to talk about. Woo. Now we kicking my ass like I talk shit to Haram. We kick my ass. Oh, my goodness. Anyway, no. One thing I loved is that, okay, so all of our conspiracy theories and thoughts and ideas kind of are contained in this basic organic structure, right? So anything we think of as humans interacting, and not even necessarily with other things, which is one of my solid ideas, which is clearly, and it's becoming more popular, is that clearly it was Anunnaki or it was Nephilim or it was aliens or demons, but we clearly had sex with created beings, all of that. What if we are that, right?
Mm-hmm.
On some level, or some of us are that. But, the simple idea that every, and Kat said it like this. He was like, but no matter how crazy the conspiracy you hear, it's never outside of these certain borders. And it made me think of one thing, and that was Rick and Morty. Right? It made me think of Rick and Morty. Okay. And why I love Rick and Morty, or why I loved it before they fired Justin Roiland. Boo. Fuck you, of course, woke ruining this. So I'm a homunculus expert, and he was even talking about that. Exactly. Yes. Pauses to Google homunculus. Homunculus.
Please.
Anyway. Homunculus.
Is that like the
little person?
Is that like the gay version of the Oculus, man?
No, the hobbits, yeah, because there were real hobbits. I remember they were talking about that. Yes, Haram, how are you an expert in hobbits? Like, what is that? And was Captain Caveman homunculus? Can we ask that question, bro? So,
Captain Caveman. That was my
how
guy.
what class do you take? I mean, do you have a certificate? Because Haram, I don't know if I trust your expert credentials on homunculosity. Okay, I'm gonna. It's
He's
not
a homo.
hobbits.
It's not hobbits.
He's like, don't be insulting my homunculousness. Okay,
They got big
They got
hands.
Sorry. Okay, well now I have to like.
Are they
pull up
similar to like the
information.
Oompa Loompas? Because the Oompa Loompas had big hands. They had pretty big hands.
We're getting into it. Boom. Hold on. Share screen coming. They got some big hands. It's not hobbits. You will respect the homunculosity. Okay, I'm not. My bad, dog. No, not
Homunculology. Homunculologist.
At least it's not arguing with gay guys in saunas. Is it that different though? I mean, hold on. Look. Sorry. Oh, you got me on it. Where homunculus? Yes. Boom. Homunculus. And let's see what's my man saying. It's artificially grown little. Oh, the Smurfs. Yeah.
The
Artificially, like the Smurfs.
Smurfs.
They were talking about Gargamel.
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
let's zoom in on this beauty here. Boom, boom, boom. All right, what do we got? Homunculi is a small being popularized in 16th century alchemy and 19th century fiction. Oh, that's interesting that it was popularized within alchemy first, which was considered a legit science back then. 19th century fiction, it has historically referred to the creation of a miniature, fully formed human. The concept has roots in preformationism, as well as earlier folklore and alchemic traditions. The term lends its name to the corticular homunculus, an image of a person with the size of the body parts distorted to represent how much of the area of the cerebral cortex of the brain is devoted to it. Okay, let's see here. Oh, okay, the part of the brain that's focused on physical development. Little man miniature is a distorted representation of the human body based on neurological map of the areas and proportions of the human brain dedicated to processing motor functions and or sensory functions. Okay, so then we go back. The concept, as well as earlier folklore, an image. Okay. I know what alchemy is. We're getting deep into it. Are we having fun yet, kids? Aleister Crowley talks about it. Grimoire. Okay, cool. Very cool. Good Lord, you're growing mini-me's? Yes. Artificially. Homunculus. Sorry about that. The homunculus. Yes. Homunculi. Plural. Absolutely. So, let's see here. References to the homunculus appear prior to 16th century alchemical writings, but alchemists may have influenced the work by earlier folk traditions. The mandragora, known in German as Alaran or Alarun, is one example. Jean Baptiste Pitois, The History and Practice of Magic, makes a direct comparison to them in one excerpt. Would you like to make a mandragora, which obviously comes from dragon, mandragora as powerful as the homunculus, little man in a bottle, so praised by Paracelsus? Wow. Paracelsus, okay. Then find the root of the plant called Byrony. Take it out of the ground on a Monday. Vernal. So there's actual, like, legit. Okay. I'm not going to get too deep into this because I need to study it a little more before I talk about it on any level. Let's see here. Jacob made the white people as homunculi in some stories. Jacob. Oh, sorry.
Jacob.
Thinking of Jacob the Destroyer. My bad. Or the
jeweler.
Yeah. Exactly.
Jacob the jeweler.
Huh. Very interesting. Well, and that's the thing, Haram. You're deeper to my roots, right? Because the white people come from that area, basically, right? So, which is, correct me if I'm wrong, But it's kind of silly we get all upset over basic evolution, right? It's kind of simple to me. It's that, okay, so folks who grow up in sunnier climates have darker skin so they don't burn when they spend more time in those sunnier climates. Then you have folks who live in climates that are denser and darker, and their skin needs to be more sensitive to intake more vitamin D and other vitamins that come from the sun because they don't get as much. So their skin is lighter. Well, now we got to murder each other all over the world. It's like, what? I don't, I'm saying, like, we all, we're the same people. I mean, yeah, we get into the other stuff, but just the idea that when you draw it all back, man, and you draw it all back to the simple fact that what makes some people lighter skinned than others is what makes us all the colors we are is, what genealogy and bloodline and just geography, as I always say, it always comes back to geography, right? So for it to be that crazy and for us to hate each other that much over simple geography. And who was it? Was it Cat? Was it that? I don't know. It wasn't Cat. Was it might have been Steve Harvey. Or no, I think it was Chris. Golly, I have to hold on, man. I gotta find this. It's the come on home bit. Oh no, that was DL.
I don't know. I don't know, Ricky Bobby. I'm drawing a blank, man. I'm drawing a blank.
It's a bit where he just basically said he ended one of his specials this way, and it was DL Hughley. But basically,
I don't even.
What he said was, man, there's all this fighting in the world because people forgot where they came from. You know what I'm saying? They forgot the idea that, we need to love each other and that people need to come home and they need to understand, and it's a relationship. So, yeah.
There's the guy who will call me a piece of shit for voting for Trump. Anyway.
Yeah, no, I know. I mean, it's hard, man. Art. If I were to live in Fort for 2 years, I'd look Dominican over time. Absolutely. So it kind of makes sense. Yeah. When I lived in Hawaii, I was just much darker all the time. I just was, dude. I'm coming off of Oklahoma winter where there's not a lot of sun and we stay inside because it's cold. And I'm very pale right now. If you catch me in July, where I'm spending a good 3 to 4 hours a day outside, my skin tone will be much darker. And if you think about the fact that over eons of generations, the people that, come from the land of the ice and snow where the hot springs and the cool wind blows, hammer of the gods. Anyway, if you think about mountain folk, what does mountain folk not get a lot of sun? What does every human need to live? Vitamin D. What is my skin more sensitive to? Vitamin D in the sun and the UV rays, but my skin needs more of it to take in to be as healthy as Pro. If me and Pro spent the same amount of time in the same direct sunlight sitting next to each other, I would be sunburned and he would not. It's nothing wrong about, you know what I mean? So Haram is like, now you guys are getting into that boring shit. All right, you gave us 2 hours, Haram. That's all we can ever ask of any man.
Much appreciated, brother. Much
we love
appreciated,
you,
man. Shouts out to the whole Rumble team over there, man. If you're over on Rumble, man, do me a favor. Do me the freest thing that you can do. The freest thing you can do. Smash that like button, man. Slap it. Slap that like button like it was Joe Biden, and you would not get in trouble by Secret Service if you did it.
Give it love. And Haram, I'm going to be hitting you up tomorrow, by the way.
Good night, my bros.
Good night. Heck yeah, man. So anyway, I just find it interesting that at the end of the day, basically we all kind of come from Egypt. You know what I mean? Like arguably some from Asia, but you can say that, and that's where the white people came from, was the early Asian humans. Sniff that like button, that naughty sniff. Put your tongue in that little sensitive skin hangly part and do this with it.
Hot and spicy tonight.
Anyway, just a thought, dude. At the end of the day, when you break it down from the beginning of time, the reason we're different colors is because we all need sun. And if you live in this place, you know what I mean? You have a lighter skin color because you need to be more sensitive to it and to take more in. And if you live in this place, you don't need to be. And in fact, you need more protection from it. So that's what it is. It's not rocket science. So why we got to hate each other over that? How did it get so far? Like, it's got to be people. Here's another theory And I know we got to get rolling, man. I want to hand it over and let you wrap. But all we did, dude, magic exists. But all we did was give it to the corporations to box it and sell it in their awful corporation way. Internet, Wi-Fi. I'm talking to you right now on a computer that's just plugged into the wall for power, which I could unplug for battery, right? And there's this shit flying through this magical stuff. If you told somebody 100 years ago, much less 1,000, that I was going to be able to look at you right now and talk to you thousands of miles away, a 2 weeks journey away by horse, and there really needs to be no wires connected. It's just stuff in the air, and we put our numbers into this machine, and it connects to the air, and then it does this. This is magic. And why do we need them for it, though? That's the key. You have to go through a multi-billion-dollar corporation to access this magic.
Because they boxed it up.
Does it make sense, what I'm saying?
It makes perfect sense. It makes perfect sense. And they mastered it. They boxed it up. And then the greatest thing that they did was told us there's no such thing as magic. There's no such thing as casting spells. Those are all lies. You guys still working on that back there? Okay, good. Yeah. It's all lies. Don't even worry about it, And the people just have to wake up. And it takes us waking the people up. It takes the people over in Rumble. It takes the people watching over on X. It takes the people watching over on YouTube. It takes the people to get to their friends, their families, the other people, so that we can in turn build ourselves, our parallel economy, our parallel system of education, and fight. But understand that, as Kat said, these are the things that war is made of. War is made of education, of knowledge. That's that.
That's awesome, man. Tell them what you got coming up this week. Where can they find it?
This week I got a Fanny break this week. There's no Fanni Willis in Georgia.
We didn't even get to Fanny. I'm sorry. Let's get to Fanny.
Okay. It's all right. It's all right, because I'm gonna bring it back, because people need to know. People need to know that Fanny ass is grass. You understand? It's her. She is. If what needs to be done is properly done, and I think the judge will do. They proved to be liars on the stand. She's got some money problems, where she said she took some money that she was going to put into her campaign, and she didn't. She actually did personal things with it, like went on trips with her boyfriend, and then the impropriety of them having a relationship as well, and he was hired while having a relationship with her. So all of these things are going to come into play. I do believe she gets removed off the case, but also she has an ethics complaint to the Georgia bar.
Wow.
So, it's real big, and that should be this week coming up. The ethics complaint will start being heard. So, it's really hot and heavy for old Fanni Willis up there in Fulton County. And so this is going to be real interesting. Something also came out of their case as well, with Harrison Floyd, who's the black male who is a part of Trump's co-defendant list. They were talking about the voters. So when they have the ballots, they're supposed to scan ballots in. It came out that the fake ballots that they use they just didn't use the whole scanning in the ballots and the signature verification thing at all. And they're supposed to have that. So because they didn't, they didn't follow process.
Yeah, that's huge. That has to, wow.
That's huge, So there's a lot of things coming up out of Fanny and Fulton County. So we're going to see. Also, I know a lot of people heard about the hack that was supposed to happen, or that did happen, in Fulton County getting shut down because of the hack. And there was some information that was supposed to be released, and they're like, oh, well, they said the deadline was Friday, so why didn't they release the info? Well, honestly, they never said they were going to release the info on the day that the deadline was over. They just said, hey, you have until this day at this time to pay this ransom. And they didn't. So we still have that is lingering out there. On whether or not anything comes to fruition from there. So there's a lot of things out of Fulton County that is happening, man. I just say people need to button up and pay attention,
I got one question for you on that too. Jim Jordan talking about a whistleblower coming out of
Yes.
What's up with that?
There's a whistleblower in her office that is on record saying that, hey, she misused funds in the office to do other things. Excuse me. I think the whistleblower may be the chick that we already seen, possibly, because she got fired and saying that, hey, I didn't want to authorize what she said she was authorizing, and I didn't want to sign it, and she got mad, so I got fired. So I think there may be that, or someone who was close to her, within the office that was on the same tip. But yeah, they're talking about the way that she was handling the funds in the office. So this isn't looking good for Fanni, but it's looking good for the people if the people pay attention. Because we've had rappers like Bootsy and Too Short, and I mean you can go on and on and on in the hip hop community where they're like, you know what I'm saying, Pimp C, but fuck the judge, prosecutor, and the DA. You know what I'm saying? Like those are famous bars.
Yes.
So now it is, being shown. So we the people need to get off our dumb asses and realize, hey, no, look, this prosecutor DA chick we was whooping and hollering for, but she's really ain't shit. Who else she been lying on? What else she been lying about? So that's big.
I would think it was a setup if I wasn't out there talking to liberals right now every day. I would be like, man, they set this woman up. They knew she was dirty and she would take it, and they set her up to fail, basically, because they knew what she was into. And I would think that if I didn't know how dumb they really were and how they just don't care and do their homework. Yeah, man.
It goes back to Garland, right? It goes back to Merrick Garland in his video, right? It's just the fact that they were dirty and they were willing to play ball to keep this charade going. They knew it was bad all along from the very jump. They know their whole administration is bad and corrupt from the very jump. So there's just somebody who was willing to play ball. You know, she said she went to Governor Roy Barnes and asked him, and he was like, "Bitch, you crazy? This shit too political, and I gotta feed my family." So meaning, just think about it. He was like, "Oh, it's not. I got a family to feed. $650,000 over the course of like a year and a half isn't enough money to do something with." And you're already a rich ass lawyer, man. Get out of here with that bull. Who you lying to?
You already know
lying to. You know, it's not the fact of, oh, you got a family to feed right now. It's bitch, you crazy. I already know which way that going. I got a family to stay out here and provide for. I'm not finna get locked up with you. Because that's what he was saying.
Yes.
I'm not finna get locked up with you. I got a family to provide for, and this is too political.
And that's it. You can't. That's what I'm learning. You can't win. You get caught up too much in the politics and not about the people. You can't win. And yeah, man, look, we won't go back into it. Well, this week you got the Fanni drop. You're getting on a plane Friday morning, Friday afternoonish. I don't know.
Friday morning.
Yeah.
Friday morning, hopping on a plane, headed to Jersey, and we got the Grifties weekend. So that's that. I may I don't know. I'm going to go live sometime during the course of the week, since I'm going to do a short kind of quick hit Friday night flights, since I'll be fresh off of my Friday morning flight. All right. I'll do a little quick hit Friday night flights, but essentially I'm going to do a show during the week. I'm going to hit on the things that I want to hit on Friday night flights and then go from there. But yes, we do have the Grifties. Saturday I'll be in Jersey. We're gonna be holding it down. I'll be DJing, doing my thug dizzle. That's only a pro can do. And speaking of, I need to set that up on my phone. Yeah, so we're gonna be rocking out. We're gonna be handling business, and then I'll be back in town on Sunday and getting ready for presidential primaries, which will be on the 12th. So I get back on the 10th. Presidential preference primary is on 12th. So I'll be doing my little last minute things to get people to the polls to vote for Trump, so Trump can go ahead and take Georgia. Also this week right here, asking what I had this week is qualifying. So I got to see what's going on. We got people qualifying for office here in Chatham County. So we're going to see what's flying with that.
Yeah, do us a favor, man. Put out a list. Let folks know. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So, absolutely. Let folks know who's good, what's going down. That'll be exciting. Yeah, man. Jonah, we'll talk about what we do Sunday night, whether we run like maybe we run the reparations debate or something again. I don't know. Yeah. Because I'm actually going to be in transit, and I realize Sunday is also daylight savings. And isn't it awesome that you're at least you're in the same time zone, so the hour just rolls. I'm traveling time zones on daylight savings, so literally I lose 2 hours instead of 1. So I would be back by 10 p.m., but I'm actually back midnight, and I couldn't figure that out until I was like, oh, daylight savings. So
springing forward.
Yeah. So I land back in OKC at midnight, which would normally be 10 p.m. So it's all you know how it is, Doc. If you're gonna do it the first time you do it, man, it's got to be hard. So you appreciate it, you respect it. We started from the bottom and still pretty much at the bottom, but hey, we can afford Big Macs, so that's something. Anyway, and vape sticks. Pew pew. So, man, I just want to give a shout out to everyone, man. It's been a lot. We are ready to get it done. You know what I mean? It's at that point, man, where it's like, you know what, we planned for the war and dug in and did the push-ups and fired the guns and cleaned the tanks. Now I'm just ready to go. You know what I mean? I'm ready to go kill, in a good way, but I'm ready to go knock this out, man. We're going to milk every opportunity straight up. No hate. We're going to grift off the grifties. And I mean that in a positive way, but all the good that's going to come from us hooking up finally, the superpowers uniting, and all the good things that are going to come from that. We're going to catch them all. We're going to build. Shout out to Jason. Shout out to Fuego. Shout out to Haram. Shout out to Amy K. Shout out to LS, who hasn't been in our chat in a little while. Also, we got to do a welfare check on Jonah. If you can hear me, are you listening to the replay? Let's reach out. I'm going to reach out to Jonah myself. Instagram is how I know to get him. So everybody, because he lives on that edge. So I didn't realize he really is homeless. I thought he was joking a couple times, but I think he maybe staying with people or in a shelter or something. So might be hard for him to, do that. So yeah. Anyway, so yeah.
We'll have to reach out and check out with that. Absolutely. Also, guys, we got 3 days left. Connect Savannah, Best of Savannah 2024. 5 awards. I'm there. 3 days left. 3 days left. 3 days left of voting, guys. 3 days left of voting. 11:59 on March the 6th. It's over and it's done. All right. So I appreciate you guys getting me this far. Let's go ahead. Let's get over the hump. You can go on my Facebook page, Pro Reacher Adams. You can go on X, and it is the highlighted post. It's highlighted post on both my pages. Let's go ahead and get it there. If you click on the can you bring up the description, the words that was on it, just right quick?
Absolutely, my bad. I was trying to.
It's all right.
Do that full screener.
You good. It's all good.
Boom, there we go.
So yeah, if you guys, if you click on see more, everything is there, guys. It takes you straight to every vote right there. Those blue links will take you to each category that I am nominated for, and it's the same thing over on X as well. On the top pinned tweet or pinned post, if you click on the thread, each one of the posts has the link just like it's listed right here on Facebook, man. Best local website, best local Twitter, best local podcast, best local radio station, and I am also up for best public servant community leader. Go ahead, smack those links, give me a vote. I think if you haven't voted yet, you're gonna have to, use an email address to get in there. But do that, and once you're in, and you're good for the next 3 days. All you have to do is just come back to these particular posts and click on each link every day, and give me the vote on the green button, man. Let's go ahead and get over the hump, man. I appreciate y'all. I appreciate the frequent flyers over on Friday Night Flights. Appreciate my ringside Voyagers over here on Rumble. Oh, dude, before we go, Sting's retaring.
Really?
Today was his. I want to say today was his last match.
Well, man, I'm looking that up, dog.
Yeah, I meant to say that earlier. Sting is out of here. Big ups to Sting, yo. Big ups to Sting. Let's see.
Damn. At CBS News got it. From Surfer To Crow to Legend, how the Icon earned his moniker ahead of his final match. Yeah, man. Dang.
Yeah. So
Well,
I'm
but I
definitely
mean,
gonna go
it's
find
fair.
that.
He's been around. Yeah, man. I love the Crow. I'm a Crow era WCW. That's how I first got into him. I know it's a little.
Yeah.
And then I looked at the old Stinger stuff when he was blonde. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
good on
He was
Sting.
good on him, man. You know what? You know what I wish he would have did, and I know they got rid of it after a particular incident.
What?
But I wish he would have did the good old Sting situation.
Yeah.
Straight drop from the rafters, bro.
Yeah.
Yes.
But he should have done it
rafters.
just for retirement's sake. Just one
Yeah.
last, I know, like,
Yeah.
look, accidents happen. Honestly, most wrestlers I know, if that's the way you're going to go out, it's okay. You know what I mean? If that's the way I went out and that's what I did for a living, it's kind of how, you're not going to go out and feeling better about life and yourself. So shout out to Sting. Oh, yeah, man, our dudes, the Iron Bull Taurus. I know he was out tonight. It sounds like he got a lot going on if you follow socials. So I hope he's doing good. Shout out to Iron Bull. If you're not listening, you hit the replay. We love you, bro. And yeah, man, thank you guys so much. We'll be back officially in 2 weeks. Wow. And thank you for number 14. Ringside Rumblers, Rumble on Rumble. We love you. Anything else, sir?
Nah, man. See y'all at the Grifties. Love you.
At the Grifties. Good night.
Hotep and Bill.
Hotep